with the hardware somewhat recently, installing a new fan controller, so it might have something to do with it.
Heating issues
Trying
and
a
what have
few
you.
things.
15 out of 100 options. And given how long the campaign overall has been going, you know what, this one's honestly a fair question. We'll start with Angel for this one. What battle in the campaign has been the most memorable for Angel?
The one where I got shot out of a bag of holding.
The brain damage has me forgetting which battle that was. Kira, remind me.
Well, in the story, it was the one with Trenton Howler.
Oh, so okay, so like early campaign. Gotcha.
I had caltrops in a bag, and I was a gunshot.
Or wait, no, that was resurrected Trenton Howler. So that was about IRL 8 months later.
Kinda.
Yeah, being at the front end, the delayed shotgun blast out of a bag of holding, basically. I'm now starting to remember that. You fucking shredded him. Like Swiss cheese. It was great.
I don't know what you're talking about. Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Nothing at all. All right. On to Violet, whom has had less battles overall, but hey.
Violet, the most memorable she's had is the hag, considering the hag has been something that she's been afraid of since she was a child.
That's fair.
We're gonna act it as Violet, probably the hag. Let's just let you know that.
Okay. And then for Blue, largely a non-participant in a lot of battle areas, but hey, still has had some.
Since my fights are a dime a dozen, probably... I don't even remember the one from the... probably one from the base. It was huge.
And which one was that? There were a number of fights in the Abyss.
Not the ones where I was helping out Paper, more or less the ones where I was getting out of the problem I was in. Big Moth Boy. Moth Wave stupid.
Okay. Fair enough.
I don't know why that has to be the... They didn't have names. There wasn't name fights. It was just monsters.
Not all monsters will have names. Some of them will.
So, those
of course, you guys aren't always rolling knowledge rolls to figure out what the fuck are we fighting. It's more like, it's trying to kill us. Kill it.
Well, that's all I gotta say on that one. Cool. Next person.
Fair enough. On to Piper. Which battle in the campaign has been the most memorable for her?
The one where we first released the coffee spore monsters.
I know the one.
In the Feywild.
You know what? That's fair, albeit a little bit more recent, and also bless you, Dagger.
Thank you much.
May have been silenced, but I saw it, damn it.
Yeah, that hurt too.
Ooh.
This is why we don't jump on my bed, okay?
Alright, and then same question on to Bruce. Which battle in the campaign do you think Bruce would consider his most memorable? Gotcha. Okay. All right. So with that temporarily blocking off that answer, we'll go ahead and move forward to Avery. We'll come back to that. So which battle does Avery believe was the most memorable for him?
It's probably the one with the Nosferatu, because that's where you realize kind of how much of a liability he is in combat.
When he got yoinked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I loved the description vibe I was on in that fight, too. Y'all were getting thoroughly creeped out, and it was pleasing me.
Yeah.
All right, then finally moving on to Venestra.
Break something.
Which battle in the campaign does Venestra see as the most memorable that she's experienced thus far?
Vinistra said, the hag fight.
The hag fight. The frozen hag, right? Right on.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Inspiration die all around for all of the roleplay answers. Now on to the recaps. Usually I do those in the reverse order, but hey, Headache made me kind of mix it up a little bit. It's fine. It'll keep you guys on your toes. Anyway, recaps. We'll start that with technically Angel / Violet / Blue, and then just kind of move back down on the list. And of course, again, y'all get your inspiration die for your roleplay questions.
As far as everybody, Angel basically, I summoned everybody to a war room and things happened. There's a lot going on. My brain's killing me. I don't know where we are or how we're gonna survive. I also decided to basically, I was supposed to interrogate a bunch of people, which I haven't done that yet, but yeah, no.
Yep, and we'll be getting into that.
And I also
It's not necessarily
basically,
a bunch. There are a couple of specific individuals.
I also decided that I was going to put the evil guy's form into a doll, the guy that was basically a child that was going against Menidna, and then cut him in half.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
Found out one of the cursed, the rune baddies was possessing him, and so half of his health is gone. Ha ha, hardy har.
Yep, specifically 51% of his health as per the percentile roll, and so I'm just going to basically round up on that percentage as far as where that lands on his total. Because I don't have mechanics for dealing half a health point of damage.
Baddies.
Of course I could. A half health point of damage would just be a scrape after falling off your bike.
But that's it. That's what I did. And if we're talking about it, well, I kind of just helped out, and we had some things to do, and it happened, and we're still working on it, so I can't really say anything.
Yep.
I don't remember what Piper did. I really don't.
Piper got a bunch of followers.
Oh, right!
Piper and Venestra did some cosmic influence building, because that is one of the routes of power growth.
Of the Fae. Oh shit, I have a Council of the Archfey happening. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I completely forgot. I like how my brain was like, repress that. I'm not gonna remember that.
It's fine. You had a week to stop repressing, and we're here now.
Sorry, I currently have children, so the camera shall remain off.
It is all good.
No, you may not play with the laptop, child.
No.
All right.
Nyet. Nyet.
Then on to Avery and or Venestra respectively, as far as your recaps as well.
Oh,
I can't access my notes right now.
Because your computer's being wonky, it's all good now.
Also, we met Piper's mirror half.
Yes, indeed you did.
Mirror self. And Vanestra and Piper and potentially Angel, if she comes to the Fae meeting, will have a punching bag.
Potentially.
If it is determined the relationship he's in with Obo is non-consensual and somebody's upset.
Yeah. Fantastic. All right, in which case then on to Vanestra.
Hers is in the text stuff.
Oh, yes. Let's take a look here. Let's take a
Text
gander.
stuff.
Yeah. Be granted 3 new warlock/mentees. Gained 3 new warlock/mentees. Sent me some thoughts in DMs, of course. Vietnamir bought them new items, and of course, gotten inducted by Angel, Archfey Council 2, Piper encountered her dark counterpart, and Avery is building a mecha. Yes, indeed. All right. You all do get your inspiration die for your recaps as well. All right. So, one thing we're going to go ahead and pick up with immediately. Guinea, are you nearby? Do you have your dice?
Right here. Yeah, let me get my dice. I'm just throwing everything. I'm throwing a lot of stuff away. Cleaning up. That's what I was working on before I went in the shower, and haven't stopped really. Hold on. Up. All right. I'm gonna get all 3 bags down, I think, today. All right.
You may need them depending on how you want to address the particular individual that confronted you among your collection of lieutenants.
Yeah. Well, considering
With
that
the
I literally
jaundiced
had to get
yellow
rid of
eyes.
2 of them. Well, I also have 2 of them that I have to basically either kill or decide what I'm going to do with them, considering they decided to try to kill us.
Yeah.
They betrayed us, so.
So do you want to
she's gonna go-
address the deserters first, or the warlock of Ashitoran who just straight up presented himself?
I am going to have him. I'm going to have him sit outside. I'm going to have him stay. I'm going to have Nicodemus watch him stay, considering Nicodemus hates the crap out of that man.
Yep.
And I'm going to go inside with the lieutenants first, because Bloody Work needs to have Bloody Work issues.
Yep. Okay.
Considering how much rage she has that's built up, I mean, this would be good.
All right. In which case, the pair of them, at Ezekrin's behest, since you did direct them to Ezekrin, have already been led down into, let's say, your other recreational dungeon, so to speak.
She's going to bring her dad with her, considering he needs to understand what kind of person she is now.
Yeah.
And she's going to make these men feel guilty for the death of her father. She looks over at her dad. He's wearing her torturer's gear at this point.
Which, of course, warning ahead for any watching who are unfamiliar with some of the things that we get into with running this game. This was already gone over with many of the players, even at the start of the campaign. This is where some gruesome details will follow.
It's almost Dark Souls kind of level, kind of shit.
Question, any eyeball stuff?
No, not yet. Why?
Let me know so I can deafen.
I know, you don't like things popping like grapes.
Stop it!
Needles just looks over at her dad. Are you ready for this? I need you here for this.
As ready as I can be.
These people betrayed you.
I know.
She hands him a butter knife.
You hand him this piece of common table cutlery, which you, given your patterns, have sharpened to a razor's edge.
I'm gonna follow your lead a little. I'm gonna let you help me through questioning. This is my playground. I picked Ezekrin for a reason. I don't like remains. There's a reason him and Griffin work as the Master of Whispers together. Like, as far as, like, what would be considered a Master of Whispers if you're playing Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
They're the secret people. She's gonna walk in and she's going to put her little bag on the table in front of these three men that have decided to desert.
One thing that you've known about your father at this point, especially in his ties to the Whisper faction and sort of a lot more of the, let's say, morally gray aspects of what your family used to do, you knew him to mostly keep his hands clean and try and keep to a more innocent side of all of it. And his intention was very much to raise you in that before he did meet a rather premature end prior to his resurrection years later. So at least to your knowledge, and at least to some degree childhood naivete, you don't know him to have a dark side.
No, if he had to make deals like this, he had to. She's ready for that. She's prepping herself, because basically what she's doing is she's wearing her gear. She's not a little girl anymore.
There's a sort of dimly lit aspect to this chamber, enough that you're able to kind of keep proper focus on your tools and proper focus on everything that you're doing, but not enough to really provide proper illumination for those that are usually down here for the purpose of informational extraction or blowing off steam. Yet as he approaches them, it has this eerie, practiced, almost waltz to his gait. Dancing into it, he has not taken a single tool from what you've laid out. Merely approaching one of the figures, as it seems like all of the light to either side of him, including the one next to him, seems to darken around all but the one, like a foreboding little spotlight. Black feathers begin to sort of appear under where his boot marks track against the darkened stone. And a black little feather floats up, and he takes it as the feather itself sharpens to a razor's edge. And he lets the butter knife clatter to the floor.
She's gonna catch it from him. He knows who the woman is. He's not afraid of this woman. One of her children is basically a combination of her and the Everlight, as far as that's concerned.
Easy enough for you to retrieve it and catch it without much injury, given how practiced you are in sharpening this fucking cutlery and throwing it at people. I don't like doing this. I don't enjoy flaying nerves, pulling out organs, extending someone's life through a dance of pain to get them to sing whatever song I need to hear to get answers. I don't like any of it. But you, my poor, insipid fuck up and former employee have endangered my city, have endangered my family. And worst of all, you and the people you've been working for years tortured my wife. It's as if all of the acoustics in the room completely fall apart. Any echo fails at that last word.
It's at this point where you see, I think you would probably see Angel's eyes start to glow. The dragon on the edge is, as far as what she is, because she's a neutral dragon.
Yeah. You don't really read much sort of draconic imposition off of your father very often at all, despite that also being in his blood. Here, it is showing itself in a very sort of concerning fashion, almost like a curled snake, a viper that's been pissed off and cornered something else. And in a flash of motion and a furl of feathers, suddenly the pocket around where this man is, time slows. His screams go as quiet as the rest of the room around him, though his mouth hangs open, and an echo of it echoes through the chamber, like an infrasound, like hidden bass notes. And you watch as fingernails and layers of skin start to come loose. Not like they've been cut, but as if they're being deconstructed, like the adhesive on a layered model is suddenly failing, and parts are just falling away. Layer by layer, not an ounce of blood showing through any of it. And you can practically feel the electricity in the air. The electricity of this man's nerves rattling through every millimeter of the room. As your father, with whatever dark gift he's been given in his time separate from the mortal plane, is stretching and taking every advantage of this agony. I rolled for his torturer's tool check, which he got advantage with due to the divine aid that he rolled before this. He got a 32. I'm going to, with that, roll an intimidation check with advantage, just for the person also tied up next to this poor bastard who is witnessing this, to see if seeing this alone may loosen his tongue.
Damn.
And seeing this kind of display, I mean, honestly, realistically, it'll break a lot of people pretty damn easy. And that roll doesn't lie. Good fucking God. Your father stops, every deconstructed and flayed inch of skin suddenly back on this body, no scar to be found. All of the feathers fall into the ground like discarded down from a stressed out bird.
I'm gonna take one of those feathers and put it in her hair.
Well, Pumpkin, I think you can ask them whatever you need to, and they will tell you just about whatever the hell you need to hear. And there won't be a lie between them.
She kisses his forehead.
I pray But you don't ask me to participate in that too soon.
I will ask you the day that I have the man who hurt Mom.
The day you have that man, you won't need to. And he walks back and stands off to the side, to the entrance to this darkened room,
No,
swallowing the weight of what he just did.
My father may have a penchant for his own preferences. And his pantheon of decision is far darker than my own. But my deeds are far deeper than his. His run in a far vast majority compared to mine. But mine, as she pulls out the blade, mine are slow.
Which lieutenant are you addressing? The witness or the one who just got magically flayed down to his nerve endings?
I'm gonna leave the flayed one for a moment. To give him a minute to think, but she looks over at the one who's absolutely terrified.
Yeah. I'm just going to roll a wisdom save real quick to see kind of what level of shock the dude is in.
Probably very, because
Does
that's...
he have brown pants? Does he have brown pants?
Hopefully he wore brown pants.
They're not brown.
Okay, apparently his mental fortitude is shocking. What the fuck?
Ah, so he did wear the brown pants.
From the outside, he seems to be holding it together despite a puddle existing beneath the chair in which he sits.
And I know that you don't see me as much of a threat. But I'm going to tell you a little something about Urkel. We have a trophy room filled with male genitalia.
Okay, I know he already failed his intimidation check from your father doing what he did. I'll allow you to roll a fresh one just for that threat alone.
I mean, I'm pretty sure most men would feel very intimidated by that one.
That's an 18 plus 10.
28. What do you want to know?
Let's start with everything.
I'd like to know where to start.
Why did you betray my father? I know that one of you killed himself in my presence. Why did you betray my father? One of you knew better.
He was weak.
Is he weak now?
He was weak. Unlike the rest of your kin, he preferred not to get his hands dirty. Preferred polite diplomacy under the title of a Lord of Whispers, adjacent to warlords here in the Underdark. He was weak. He was paper
Slides the bag
thin.
open.
Whatever he is now, if he was that back then, I would have respected him enough not to do what I did.
I wonder who followed at his heels at the time where you were there.
Many of us.
No, who was at his heels?
You little thing. He was trying to teach you the same neutered perspective on living in the bloody Underdark.
He's going to take the nail pullers.
You asked me why I betrayed him. I've told you. Now what else do you want to know?
My father wasn't neutering. I was 4. Did you know what I found at age 4? You see that spider on the ceiling that lives where we live?
I've seen it. We've all
It's
seen
children.
it.
She puts her hand on, she puts a knife right next to his fingers. It brought me home. You know Ropey? The ropers? That basically fall on our enemies because I tell them to?
Your juvenile naming convention of the roper beasts, yes. I
She
know.
basically takes and pulls one of his nails and twists it. Don't insult me. I can make this slow and painless.
Then are
Or
you
I can
going
make
to bore me to death by addressing your ego, or are you going to ask me the questions that I already know I'm going to have to answer because I'm not going to make it out of here?
It's gonna punch him.
Roll to hit with advantage. His AC's been lowered because he's tied to a goddamn chair. Honestly, the only way you can really fuck this up is getting like a natural 1. Still.
An 18.
Yeah, roll damage.
Plus
well,
6.
actually, not roll damage because it's just a punch. So strength modifier?
It's a plus 6 right now.
It's a plus 6. Right, because the draconic modifier. Okay, so 6 damage. Just crack right across the face.
Remember who you're talking to.
I'm well aware. So are you going to ask me questions?
She puts Edgerman's ring on top of his hand. I could.
Then ask away. I told you why I betrayed your father. What else do you need to know? What else do you want to know? Do you want to know how long I wetted my bed as a child? I did it until I was 16.
I'm going to use that ability, Joe, that I have, where it makes people feel sorry for me, to the point where it makes them uncomfortable.
Okay, you're going to use your Haunted One background?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, given the position he's in, I will say roll me a charisma check with disadvantage. This is projecting empathy towards someone who you are torturing, which, to be fair, empathy is part of effective torture.
Here's the thing. Can I roll insight instead to see if he's a psychopath?
You know what? That's fair. Go ahead and roll insight.
Natural 20 for the insight.
Okay.
I just need to know if this isn't going to work.
This man is not a psychopath. However, you can clearly tell there is an active dissociation kind of bolstered by a rage that's happening with him. He knows he's probably not going to get out of here. He knows his only pathway toward probably a swift death is being truthful. That said, he's not going to include polite in the list. Because he already knows he's fucked.
I suggest you include polite in the list, or I will let you feel that monster of a noise that I get to hear on a regular basis.
Which noise?
The one that rings through my ears with the monster that you made my mother take me to.
Is that the frame of your next question?
Where is he? I know he's not dead.
Where is who?
The illithid who put me in the chair. She pulls the chair out of the bag. I can make it work again.
You used to be under the city. Of course. You and your friends cleared that out along with all of the rats quite some time ago. Used to be in the steppes, then it got guarded by the dragon, but he's been swift enough to move. What corners of your city are not yet covered and protected by those magics?
There are none anymore.
Are you sure?
I even have protections above. The rats' caves are even protected.
A number of buildings in this city are repurposed Velix structures. With those structures, there are tunnels and pathways between them, even to places that would be considered outside of the borders of this city, which by all rights would have been inside the borders of theirs.
Quit cocking. She looks at her dad. He's dancing around the answer.
I'm making a point. You've protections above and below. Which direction have you not gone yet? Find where there are holes in your city to the east. He quite likes it. It's warmer.
Killed the lich. So he's not alive anymore.
Don't know who or what that is.
There was a lich in the Velix ruins that you basically said we cleared out. He's dead.
I know nothing of that.
Interesting. Surprisingly, something as a whisper you know nothing about. How stupid are you? Wait. She pulls out that memory machine that your dad gave her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pull him through your memories. And you can watch him eat you. Because I have a score to set.
Good luck with that. He bites down hard on something in his mouth.
He puts her hand into his mouth before he can do that. See, can
Go
I roll a
ahead.
sleight of hand on that?
Roll me a sleight of hand.
I'm not stupid. Natural 20 for that, DM.
Okay. You are looking and paying close attention to even the slightest of micro movements in his face to read whether he's being truthful or not, and you catch that moment of the jaw tensing as he's about to bite down, and you immediately grab the jaw hook out of your tools and pry his mouth open before he can bite down on whatever it is he's about to bite down on.
I don't play games. But apparently you do. The stakes are too high. You should have thought of that before you did that. She's gonna pull out whatever pill or anything that he's gonna use, the cyanide, because she knows what it looks like. She's been trained to do this.
Yeah, medicine check for me real quick. Your DC is lowered by a decent bit, given the position you've already exposed him with.
19 plus 15 with my wisdom added bonus.
Okay, yeah, 34, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Easy enough to find the sort of slightly brighter white tooth among his rows and pry it open with that sort of false backing.
She's gonna take the teeth puller and pull it out.
Yeah. comes loose easier than any tooth that's naturally embedded in somebody's jaw. It's
I do
quite
this
brittle, as a
for
matter of fact.
living. He's gonna look at him. Do this for a living. I'm more dangerous than my father. And you
The one
still
who got
decided to
flayed
work for me.
looks at you. Right, he seems to be giving you dodgy answers. Can I just give you some straight ones? Because he's look. Kill him. Do what you want. You want answers, I can give you.
Tell me where he is.
He's been standoffish as bloody old get out, hasn't he? Look, okay, so...
She puts the machine on his head. I'm still doing what I said I was gonna do.
Fair enough. Roll a vibe check for that memory extraction.
No,
Easton...
we're not doing that. We're gonna finish the conversation first, and then I'll go to that.
Okay. Eastern tunnels. Kind of vaguely stated, very much deliberate, not necessarily in a misleading bit, but it's because there's a lot of tunnels to these, kind of like a pockmarked, like spider eggs. There's a lot of them. We don't know precisely which ones he leaves through at any given time. We haven't mapped that out. We're the Whisper, right? You think we're thorough? We are thorough. There's still a lot of bloody tunnels, and some of them pop out new because insects burrow into this town all the bloody time. You know that. You tame a bunch of them. But he goes east. My best guess, there's another Velix outpost somewhere east, somewhere still relatively close to the city. Buried under rocks, buried under rubble, but accessible through those tunnels. Most likely a bit of a combined nesting ground with some of the insects, if I had to guess and gander. I don't like being played. I went along with what that asshole did.
She's gonna take all of the inoculations that she has for basically mind flayers out of her bag that she never gets to use. All the stuff that you gave me back at the beginning to use that I haven't gotten to use.
Mm-hmm.
Look. You betrayed him. You gave me the answer I wanted. Looks at her dad, considering knowing what death does. Do you have a family?
No, I don't.
Why not?
Not a safe decision with our job.
If I offer you protection.
Don't deserve it.
I'm okay with forgiving.
These are words that I normally wouldn't say, but unfortunately what your dad did also kind of flayed my soul, which means now I'm kind of in a sort of an apologetic honesty kind of thing, when otherwise I'd be about as spiteful as the one right next to me, for whom you're holding his mouth open with that hook.
It could be so much worse.
Right, threats not needed, I get it. What we did to this town, to this city, to your family, was something that we took bloody joy in. Why? Because we were...
idiots?
Loyalists.
Loyalists to people who want to flay people's minds.
When you work with the Velix, rather than against them or for them, comes with benefits. When you can be the enforcers of, servants and things like that, historically, the person holding the whip often is in less danger than the one being whipped.
He's waiting for Griffin's knock on the door, considering what they did. It's not gonna be my dad who kills you. It's not gonna be me.
I get it. Can I say, particularly on my end, and maybe that's why he zeroed in on me, particularly had a lot of catharsis with what went down with your mother. Don't know, because my soul's been cracked open like an egg. Never really anticipated that ever being a thing, but had a lot of catharsis for it. Really enjoy, like, when people go through pain. Gets me going. Well, used to. Now I can't really get anything going. Feels like my nerves and my soul and my everything have all kind of been jumbled up and mixed over. My skin feels like it's just a leftover suit at this point. But that's neither here nor there. I don't know if I'm here nor there.
What I would have done would have been a kindness.
As you say, as you hear that knock on the door, and we're going to go ahead and rotate scene.
Okay. I'm supposed to go over there with them to that meeting, Joe.
Yeah, that'll be in a bit.
That'll be in a bit. She's trying to get the babies to bed.
Okay,
we
so,
can get that
all right, we'll continue with this then.
She looks over. She puts that mind machine. Dad, are you ready? I'm gonna pull him through.
As ready as I can be.
She's
Now,
going to message
let's be perfectly clear. What protections are you laying out while you're trying to pull a mind flare physically here through somebody's psyche?
I'm going to put up the arrows that will immediately shoot up into him when he exits the machine at my feet as like a tripwire, because I know how to move through them.
Okay.
I'm going to use the acid that Trenton gave me, and I'm going to pump it through his body.
Okay.
And in order, I'm going to use the... I'm going to let Griffin help me set this up, Joe.
Yeah. All right, so Griffin is going to go ahead and lay out a few different protection runes, as well as just basically immediately kind of preparing a hold monster spell in front of this character that we've strapped to this chair. Just waiting for effectively something other than this guardsman to be in front of it for it to get set off.
I'm going to take the poison that Rema gave me to use.
Okay.
And I'm going to pull it out of my bag. It's the one that's slow acting. So it'll give me about an hour or two before the person's dead.
Okay. So.
I'm also going to let him see me without letting him see me, so the entire group of the hive mind can't tell what's going on. I'm going to sever him from the hive mind.
Okay, that's going to be a whole separate roll entirely. We'll get to what roll you need to do when this guy pops in to go ahead and try to sever.
So I need to roll my D100 to pull him through the memory?
Vibe check to pull him through the memory, as again, this is abstract use of magic.
I will take that point of exhaustion for this.
Okay.
It will cause me to, and I'm going to put it in the crown while we're doing this.
All right.
Since I've re-rolled for that, and I've got 4 points back from that last one. Okay, so that puts me at a 96 for my roll.
Okay, so again, vibe check is the D20, not a percentile roll.
Okay, well, in order for me to use the machine, it took a percentile.
Right, okay, so... Yeah, using the machine for memory extraction. Now, as far as pulling a presence here through those memories, that's the vibe check as well.
Okay, well, please, baby dice, be nice to me.
With that 98, though, your DC is lowered.
That is a 17 plus 15 is I think my new number, because you said the new number is a 15 considering with the wisdom adage.
Yep, 32. Okay. Yeah, okay, DC 30, because again, doing this is complicated. Now, here's the interesting thing. Pulling normal mortals, and normal types of beings. through memories into a physical space. Already complicated, really weird magic, basically using a lot of planar flux from the dream realm to kind of force it to happen. The frequency that you pull this on feels like less like it's harvesting that and more like you're almost hijacking something from that hive mind. Jacking into and ripping it away. With that, you almost feel like there's a light switch that gets hit inside of this guardsman's head. Not a light switch, but that consciousness getting transferred into whatever resides in his head. And you realize you are transferring an entire consciousness into a separate, rather spontaneous seramorphosis. As rapidly, the guardsman that you have strapped to this chair sheds his flesh in rapid agony, and what is left behind is a face full of tendrils and all too familiar colored eyes staring back at you in confusion. You got cut off a little bit. Try that again.
You smell like you did then.
It's one thing. You're not wrong. But that smell is fresh blood. It's fresh ammonia. It's fresh gray matter. You realize back then, the entity that did that to you, did that to your mother, that mind flayer must have been freshly changed and yet still had that much intention and that much drive to be able to do what they did in strapping the both of you to that chair, to that setup, to basically try and force that augmentation magic into you. There's something here that is not consistent with normal seramorphosis. Not consistent with normal mind flayer capacity. Something that is freakishly wrong about all of this, as yet still, again, fresh seramorphosis, a pre-existing mind flayer consciousness resides in this body. Not a new one.
He's going to cut the ability it has to use its arms at that point, considering this is an older creature now. As far as the consciousness goes, it would know how to move its body.
It is inhabiting the body that was still strapped to this chair, and so, therefore, it still is, and is still restrained.
She looks over at Griffin. What would you ask it?
Given what my job was, my job wouldn't have been to ask these things anything. My job would have been just to fucking kill it.
We need to know where they are. What do I ask it?
What do you want to ask it?
I want to ask it why.
I would heavily suggest you be specific then.
She's going to speak in its own language.
Okay, addressing this thing in deep speech, by all means.
Why? Why did you have a mother bring their child to you? To be turned into what you want? Why would you make another elder brain on the side of the Underdark?
Why would we expand our ranks? You really ask a question with such an obvious answer. Why? Why create more commanders, more engines, more vessels for our influence? When we ruled over every speck of dust on this wretched world, you ask us why. What is your real question? Ask the real question beating in that tiny, little, tortured heart of yours.
I know where his pain nerves are, right, Joe? Because of the Ceramorph?
Yeah, you do. You've studied that physiology
I'm
extensively
gonna
at this point.
I'm gonna take pins and I'm gonna put one in each nerve and I'm gonna twist it. Why?
You watch the entire body shudder with each twist, rippling kind of against that still hanging leftover flesh of the elf that was once underneath it.
I
Once over
want to
top of it.
create a monster like this. Did you decide to torture a child? And she basically twists another again as she said it slowly each word.
Why would a farmer experiment on their cattle for greater production? Why would they not also choose to test on a calf with blood so young, so malleable? Why indeed? Potential for growth.
She looks back at her father. You will tell me where they are before you see the end of your days.
They we are
You're no
everywhere.
longer part of the we. I'm so sorry. You are no longer part of the we. You are a they. You could wish that you could be part of that mind again. You could pray, but it will never want you ever again in part of its soul. You are tainted now that I have pulled you from it.
I am a gear that is fine being separated from the greater machine. If only to give you messages of that which you already know. So where are they? Which of them do you look for?
Where's the brain?
Which one?
There's only one brain.
Are you sure?
No matter how many tendrils you have out to another, and it basically severs the other, all I need is one. Just like the nerves as she twists. It's just that simple.
I've lived longer than you've borne thoughts.
Great. Awesome. Cute.
I don't just mean you and your tiny little body. I mean you.
Those now pale, almost silvered eyes from their original sort of orange, fiery gold stare through your own to something deeper.
I am older still, as are many of they.
I think it's time for the living to make their own decisions. Because being part of your hive mind is not living.
The living making their own decisions lead the living to agony, to falters, to focuses and breaks and suffering and death and wars. As their cattle, as their feed, as our food, their lives are joyous, simple, easy. We only wish to help return them back to that simplicity. Each and every one of you.
Life isn't simple.
And whose fault is that?
That's fine. You made my life hell. She twists it hard. You made my life lonely. She twists another turn.
Yours and countless others.
Then that doesn't make you their savior. She twists all three at the same time, causing him to writhe.
As he twists and writhes under your twisting, you hear almost a chuckle reverberate through those tendrils.
Eventually, I started to identify with their pain. Live under it. Thrive with it.
How angry is Griffin behind me right now?
Couldn't you say you've done the same? Grown from your own agony.
I have a question. How angry is Griffin behind me right now?
Griffin is behind you, already preparing a disintegration spell and just waiting for a prompt to use it. There is a hollow, tired and angry look in his eyes.
She is going to take his blood, and she is going to pull out a map of the entire space. The map that's the locate spell map that I'm supposed to be able to use from episode 7-ish, 7, 8.
You can use the blood map with the mind flare.
Well,
okay.
it's the only blood map I had. I had a blood map from the leftovers from the dragon thing.
Right.
It was blank.
Yeah, it's not as potent as what Piper has access to.
No, I can't walk through that map. This one is just so I can find their locations.
I thought it was like you put their blood on the thing and it draws a picture of their face. I thought it was that one.
I have that one, but that's a different one. This is one that was inside of the scrolls that I had. This is just supposed to give me the locales of these stupid idiots. I am too tired. She takes a syringe and sticks it through. Amber, mute yourself.
You mean deafen?
I was muted.
You mean deafen? Because
No.
I'm assuming you're going to get into eye stuff?
Yep.
I have a volume button.
Yeah, it's the fastest way to draw through the bone. She's going to take it and stick it right where his eye meets the thing and pull a large syringe of that blood.
Okay, you watch those veins and those muscles immediately tense up as those neurons start to just twitch as you are jamming a needle into the eye socket.
I am too tired. Then you bore me. When she looks over at her father, do you have something you want?
Unlike what I just did to this thing's companion, I don't plan on putting it back together after I fled.
Very well. She puts the blood on the map. It has to live when I do this. She puts the blood straight into the map, injecting it onto the map.
Yeah. This blood map will allow you to find the locations of relatives.
It's a monster map, though. It's to find the monster. You gave me something to help locate a monster.
Yes.
Monster type, specifically.
Okay.
I haven't been able to use it. You want me to use this stuff so I don't have to use it anymore.
Yep.
I gotta get it off the...
It still operates off of relatives, just like the other blood map does.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. So,
Now, with that, the unfortunate caveat about mind flayers. They are born still physically from the bodies of other beings. You find a few scattered dots over by the Sapphire City. Mortal, likely in their construction.
the Sapphire City is the one in the middle, not the one on the opposite end of the Underdark in the west.
Yeah. Just because the dude works out on out in the west doesn't mean he has family out there. Or worked. Past tense, I suppose.
That explains why we couldn't get this stupid track to work through that space.
And I will say, with that much understanding of the way this map works, you're gathering that proc is probably physical family of the individual that you just tortured before he went through Ceramorphosis.
Oh, okay.
Not other mind flayers. As to finish, one complication with mind flayers is they are still born from the bodies that previously held their worms, which means they still carry that blood. Mind flayers don't have relatives in the traditional sense.
Can I reach to the worm?
There's no worm left. It fully grew into the being that now sits tied to this chair before you.
When I find them, I will make them suffer. They will not exist. I want you to know you left a job undone, and it was the biggest mistake of your life.
By all means, torture the family of this wretched meat suit I now inhabit.
I won't. But I know where you are now. And I know what you eat. So I'm gonna poison the stuff that you try to change. And then she understands what Adam was for. I'm going to let you know you let the one person live who brought down your entire civilization. She looks over at Griffin, and over at her father, and then into her. It was you. You were its downfall. And that's the last time. She's gonna walk away at this point, and she's gonna look over at her dad. Your turn.
As in that exact second, your father once again summons those black feathers, flaying this mind flayer anatomical layer by anatomical layer, and as its bones get exposed and its muscles peel away, Griffin's disintegration goes off. Its last fleeting memory being of the utter agony of being separated from its hive mind and feeling its nerve endings being stretched far beyond their physical possibility.
Griffin, they're underneath the swamps. We have to find every single swamp and go down. I know that you didn't know where they were before, but now your entire group, who knows how to kill them expertly, knows where they are. We will take out Jihu together, but I think that if we get enough allies together, we can take out the small swamps. There's not to be cut off the extra nerves to this situation. She looks over at the other man. I'm gonna make you hate pain.
I don't think I have one of those, so I already hate it? Given what your father just did, I already hate it.
Everyone you had felt that way.
Oh, I know.
And I'm gonna make you pray for death. She looks over at her brother. I need you to give me 30 minutes.
Understood.
And after those 30 minutes are up, she walks out to that small man. We can talk. Looking much more relaxed.
Yeah, I mean,
As a Kryn, you can
dude
eat
is
that
not
last
small.
one.
He's a human man that still eclipses you in height by a long amount. We're gonna go ahead and switch
It's
the music
fine.
back off of creepy, and back on to just back Tundra. We'll go back to Tundra. That'll be easy enough.
She looks over at this man who's with Nicodemus. Tell me what you know. I will sever you from him, but tell me what you know.
You don't have the power to sever me from him.
I've always had the power to sever you from him.
You don't have the power to sever me from him, not as you are, not in the way he's bound to you. The only way that my connection will break, that it will break for any of us, will be when he dies and stays that way. But ask me questions and I will answer, because this moment of silence in my head, I feel ever so inclined to take advantage of.
Where is he?
That I don't know, which for once I'm elated to say.
Good. What does he want?
Power. What does any devil or demon want? They want power. To what end? Well,
He once wanted Edgerman's seat. He doesn't want that anymore.
no, he was planning on reaching higher, and then you interrupted that growth cycle after he was making a point of hunting down your family. So now his obsession's a little more singular. Of course, at least for the moment, he has nothing that could even be called obsession. His capacity to think has been blinded for the moment.
I have a question. When did you sign your soul over to him?
I didn't. Not personally, I didn't. My family, hundreds upon hundreds of years back, signed their soul over, and then it just kind of became a generational contract that we all abided by, like a massive cult.
Okay.
Pretty common, worshipping a general of the hells, forming little cults.
Yeah,
Family cults
but
are fairly common
But
as
that
well.
means he no longer holds your name. You may be tied to him, but he no longer holds your name.
No, he holds it. As far as making use of it right now, he can't. Which is why I'm even able to talk about him.
Okay, she looks over at him. She's like, I'm going to say this very simply. He can't sign souls over anymore. He doesn't have the ability to do so. He hasn't had it for several years. Second of all, Edgerman took control over all the souls that he had, stripped them of him. So technically, the only person who holds you is Edgerman, which might complete the silence.
Yeah, the issue is my family are rather, well, let's say, they were rather zealous under their influence and felt kind of empty when it got stripped and resigned themselves back to that fate. The thing about dark power is it's addicting, like a bad drug. Even when you know it's a bad thing, the emptiness of missing it, the sensation of lacking it, can feel more poisonous than the poison you were already freely drinking.
And tie yourself to someone else.
I would if I could.
You can't.
Tying to him was not my choice. And right now I can't. So I'm going to do myself and my family a favor and cut off the addiction. My family were conscripted under a general of hell. My family is militant, and right now, the rest of them are in, let's just say, rather bad withdrawals and unable to focus. Right now, I'm holding on to that locus of power to be able to focus in the first place and taking every advantage of the fact that he can't. So I am saying this plainly. I am willing to pledge every bannerman I can fucking summon of my family to your cause. To your little war over in Jihu, for the changelings, for the mind flayers, for all of it. The only condition I have is that when you finally find wherever Ashitoran is, and I will help you in whatever way I can, I will dig up whatever book I can out of my family's library of that twisted fucking bastard. You let me have a piece of that scaled shit. He may have gutted your family. He enslaved mine for generations. I don't like to compare the suffering of myself to others, but I almost wonder if I have a bigger bone to pick with him than you. I won't say it fully, completely, and with full confidence, but I'm going to still ask that I get my pick over him, along with you. With that, I'll give you my name. I don't know if you'll be able to take power over it or not, but I'll give it to you all the same.
This is a point where she goes and she's thinking, hey, Piper, are you anywhere nearby by any chance? Because Faye can reconstruct a name, and I can't do that.
Meanwhile, Piper is in another plane of existence.
We're basically not hearing that she's gonna call her on the Faye phone. I think I called you on my Faye phone. It's basically listening to the ringtone.
A child that is inconsolable.
Wow.
I can get you out of your deal. And she basically hands him a butter knife. This is a sign for you, for me. You hold this up, as she basically puts her marking on the edge of it. You get a pound of flesh of this thing when we find it.
Call it a weird preference, call it a mental illness, call it whatever you need me to call it, or I need to call it. I'm going to keep his power for as long as I can. I want to feel it drain from me as his life drains from him.
You
Call
can
it
help me
weird
twist the
and
knife.
fucked up catharsis.
You can help me twist the knife.
That said, if he comes back to his senses and I end up back on his leash, unable to make my own choices, you have my permission to kill me where I stand. Not that I want to die, but I'd rather die than continue to be his servant. So if at all possible, I'll kill him and cut that leash myself. Well, at least help in killing him.
She looks. I'm just waiting for Piper to get back.
Aye.
So she's like, Piper, can you do me a favor? Can you come sign this person underneath you, so with the chaos of the world, he might be able to feel either that or have the great wonder of Bolsoni constrict him underneath them. So basically,
I'm already fighting for one warlock soul. I'll have Sony work on that. And Kat, are you gonna get here? They're coming soon.
I'm on my way. Give me a minute.
You see him juggling like chairs and shit. Party, please! I don't know the seating arrangements, and I'm panicking.
You put Piff at the front.
Already the thing.
I'll be right
Except
there.
everybody else.
I'll be right there.
she looks
Do we have
over.
a deal?
She's like, we have a deal. She's in the point. I'm going to let her call on Wilsoni through her body. Is that okay? Can I try that? I've never tried that.
You can try it.
I forget to say you can bring him over.
Sony as an entity has some fundamental incompatibilities with what you are. That said, Piper being a cleric under him, it'll lower your DC, but it is still significantly high. So go ahead.
I'm gonna not look at him. I'm gonna summon him, but I'm not gonna look at him.
Roll me a religion check with disadvantage.
18 at disadvantage.
18 plus?
18 plus
When's the con save?
plus 10. Shut up. Shut up. We know there's gonna be a con save. Shut up.
Okay. Okay. Thank goodness Piper's permission there lowered your DC, because originally... Okay. Originally it was 30.
Okay.
But you got 30 there.
Yeah, no, I got 30. It's a plus 12 because I forgot to add the plus 2 with the wisdom add up modifier.
It did get lowered to 23 with Piper's influence there. So, either way, you made it. Well, Sony pokes through. This red-skinned, black-haired being whose hair stretches up into infinity and seems to almost meld with the ceiling and stretch further beyond that still.
I'm not looking at you completely. And you see basically him going to Angel.
His torso is, in essence, sticking out of your chest like the world's most messed up portal. You feel no physical weight of his presence sitting out of you. If you did, I would have you rolling an acrobatics check immediately to keep standing up straight.
Well, Sony, I know you've been listening to this conversation. This man wants to keep his ability to feel the magic of this man's life drain, but wants to make a deal with someone to be severed from him so he has the choice to actually do what he wants to do.
I understand. So, you're wondering if I can intervene here or act like a bridge?
Yeah, just so he's able to feel the magic drain from the person who's basically screwing him over. Because you're chaotic enough to where it would work.
I'm delightfully curious about this entire arrangement, if I'm being perfectly blunt. This could go wonderfully. This could go horribly. And all it really is waiting for is a simple handshake between your tiny little self and his unnervingly familiar self. I'm just fascinated to see where it'll go.
She's gonna put her hand out with her eyes closed because she's not supposed to look at him. The fact that he's inside of her body is the most uncomfortable thing, and she's just like,
I know you want me to help with this, but I'm not here to do this for you. This is the pin on a grenade that you'll have to pull yourself.
I'm asking for the ability for him to feel this man's magic. I don't have the ability to do that. So
I mean, he still will.
Oh, okay then.
The thing
puts her
about
hand
a
out.
familial connection like this, with as zealous a family as he has, it's the whole reason why he's even bypassed Edgerman, burning that fucker's old list.
She's going to put her hand out so the guy can shake her hand. Okay, thank you for the information. Can you please exit?
Of course. On his
Ah.
exit, notably, you feel that weight suddenly, that shift toward your lower back and belly, almost knocking you off your feet.
Okay, she puts her hand out to the man. Just shake my hand. Apparently that's going to work. She looks over at Nicodemus. This has to be a dual thing, I think.
Yeah, we can't exactly merge bodies. I mean, like, do I shake his other hand? Do I hold you while we shake his hand?
What?
Do I have you sit in my lap while we shake his hand? Do I
I don't know. No, you can't do that.
do
We're
I
not doing
do I
that.
sit
The
in
third
you
one is
while
not a
you
no.
shake his hand? Like, what's the plan here?
The third one is a no. We're not doing that in
It
front
was
of
the
him.
fourth one, to be fair.
Shake the man's hand, okay? Just shake the hand with me. She puts her hand behind hers and basically shakes. She's gonna put we'll try that way.
Tiny gnome hand in, changeling hand, just clasped back to back, going that route.
Yeah, there we go. That works.
Okay, fair enough.
That is a very funny mental image. Very funny mental image.
As you both take his hand, your tiny gnome hand basically being the hand in the middle of this hand sandwich, it is an immediately disturbing feeling. You are making a deal with someone empowered by magic that has been actively hostile to you for your entire life.
Not just mine. The person that actually made me. So it'd be this way. So yeah, this is gonna be uncomfy. But the fact that she's actually getting to actually fight this person might actually perk her up and make her calm down.
On the contact of this handshake, it is immediately like you are in contact with a sulfur burn, and it is not letting up. It is getting worse with every passing second. You feel your skin crawl, you feel your scales immediately pop up on your arm defensively. You feel almost that connection bind like a chain between your wrists, though it cannot sink in with the true depth of the intention of the deal. It feels nauseating.
I'm gonna burn past it. Can I use Amora's influence to burn past it?
I will consider this trying to use Amora for a mind over matter situation.
Yeah.
So in that case, I'll say, give me a, let's say.
She's the one who. Okay, so she has a bigger bone to pick than I do. My family, sure, great, awesome, but this woman's been alive for a lot longer than I have.
I understand
and a
that.
lot longer than I do.
Let me finish saying.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Give me a wisdom save
Oh shit.
to use Amora to kind of shrug off this feeling.
Does a 19 save more ass?
It allows you to basically dissociate into that sort of secondary headspace of the divine that you are reincarnating off of. And for a moment, it's not you making this handshake. It's not Nicodemus making this handshake. It's Amora. And Amora feels just as unnerved.
Vinestra said, "Question, have we slept before this torture?"
We haven't. The whole thing is this is happening before it. Amora's got basically some hold still. That's what the whole thing was. Her and I had a conversation when we went to bed, so we haven't done that yet.
Yeah, this is picking up on the second half of the day that we left off on last session.
Mm-hmm.
Given that there were some heavier interactions to deal with that, again, needed more time than what was left in the session at that point.
Can I as Amora call on my brothers to help me? to push through this because it makes me afraid?
For this, I will say no, as his contact on that handshake breaks right as the impulse strikes you.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that.
I do hope this arrangement will be fruitful.
He should have gotten wings or something, considering the last time we did this, something happened to somebody like that.
You can still see the off-yellow color to his shadow. Still present. Though notably, with that handshake, the shadow didn't move for that embrace.
I'm confused by what you're saying. That did not make sense to me.
The shadow behind him did not match his own movement for that handshake. It stayed stagnant and stationary. I do hope this bears fruit. No.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
I know he wants to be able to see the magic die. Is there any way I can use the scythe to sever the shadow? Considering I can see it like I saw.
I mean, you can certainly try.
I just want to sever it from him. It won't be absorbed. That thing can sever without absorbing as well.
Yeah, you can certainly try.
I'm gonna try it.
Okay, describe physically kind of what you are doing as you pull out the scythe.
I am going to grab his hand again, and I am going to use the scythe to gently sever him and this chain that he's putting around us from my wrist. If I can see it, if I can see what he's doing.
Okay, so you're going to go ahead and basically drag the scythe lightly across the wrist to kind of try and use the magical benefit from the weapon to see if you can...
Just to sever him so I'm not chased by this monster and they can't use my... If he's tied to me, Joe, that means he can use my heaven to get to me, and I don't want that. I know that. Amora would know that. I don't want him to have the ability to use that. I need to give us a little bit of space.
If you're basically asking to kind of fully understand what happened in the nature of that deal, I'll say you can roll me a religion or an arcana check first before
Let me do that real fast before I decide to use the scythe. 18 plus 10 now because of our up levels.
18 plus 10 with that, was that religion or arcana?
It was arcana.
Okay. With an arcana, especially kind of in noticing the lack of movement of that shadow being that sort of physical representation of his bond to Ashitoran, you feel fundamentally, even through your ties to Amora, this was a deal specifically with the human being and mortal present here, and not at all a deal tied in even remotely with the magics of Ashitoran that was bound to this person. That chain was from whatever control this man has wrenched of his own soul into this deal. And so from that, it cannot be used as a backdoor by Ashitoran, as Ashitoran does not have an active connection here.
Yes, but when he does have an active connection,
then he can't use it as a backdoor. It is a secondary deal that is jamming up the letterbox at the door, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I'm not worried anymore. Now I'm gonna go.
But by all means, you can still try and slash his shadow and see what happens.
No, I'm good. I know what would happen. I've done it before. I just don't need it to explode inside of my house. Hey, thank you.
I will say, actually, with that as well, Amora is, as well as with that sort of divine connection, I will say, go ahead and roll me an insight real quick.
Okay.
Because in gaining a tangible deal with a being like this, a person like this, there is a chance that if you roll high enough, you can get a sense of their alignment and their intention in this deal as well.
Does a natural 20 do anything for me?
Given that we have crit 20s as a house rule here, it does everything for you. So,
Okay, awesome. I mean, in the other game, 20 sometimes doesn't give me what
I mean, he doesn't have crit 20s. He doesn't have a crit 20 house rule, to be fair.
Oh, he doesn't.
Yeah. It's fun, though. So, with that, you learn a couple of interesting things. This man has 2 alignments. One for when he's fully under the thrall of Ashy Torn, and one for when he is fully under his own. Though notably, when he's fully under his own, it feels almost underdeveloped, as if this is the first time he's really had access to it, as if his sort of sense of morality is kind of in its infancy. There is a immediate sort of chaotic good nature to his alignment that is reflective very much of like a child's perspective on morality. In his first sort of sense of being able to have his own perspective on the world. When he's under Ashy Torn's thumb, it is lawful evil. It is practiced, it is careful, it is analytical, and it is selfish as shit.
He'll burn if it comes back. She's gonna have to. I'm gonna sever it, so he can feel the magic because it's the presence there, because his family's there. But that way, the other side can grow the way it wants to.
That's what you get as far as his alignment. Now, as far as the intention of the deal, it is selfish, it is self-serving, but it is also very much in the chaotic good catharsis of me and my family have been sharing a generational drug addiction. And I want to be there when the entire supply chain fucking explodes. It is entirely that drive.
I know this is something out of the thing for the Scythe of the Word. Is there any way I can slash it so he can still feel it, like the presence is there, but it can't attach?
You would be able to slash it if Ashy Torn had full thrall over him, at least in order to sever that connection. The weird fugue state that Ashy Torn is in has created a disconnect even in that capability. But you can certainly try. That is to say, the fugue state doesn't mean it's objectively no, it just means it's a little weirder.
Can I see where the chain is located on his body?
With the CB on the veil?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, given that this is a bond from birth, and you've seen this with sort of bond from birth warlocks, especially kind of tied to devils and demons, it is a set of chains that are kind of bound at every sort of joint point on his body. They're on his neck, they're on his shoulders, they're on his elbows, they're on his wrists, they're on his thighs, knees, ankles, every joint position. Almost as if he were effectively an infernal puppet on strings, but right now, every single string, or chain in this case, is completely slack.
She's going to say, she's going to make this guy come with her to the tattoo parlor real quick. Like, run him off to the tattoo parlor.
Okay.
Here's an idea. She takes a piece of Nick's hair. I need this.
Ow. Lovey, what the fuck?
I have an idea. She pulls a piece of her own hair.
My long locks. You don't need it. I can't properly change the shape of that. I have to wait for it to grow back. Thank you very much. I like my white lock. What are you doing?
It's just one. It's just one.
It's just okay. I'll remember that tonight. It's just one.
It's just one. It's just one. She runs to the tattoo parlor, takes the man's hand. She looks over the tattoo man. I want you to melt this down into the gold, and I want you to make him write his own name on his arm. I want him to write out his name, and I want you to inscribe his name on his arm.
Understood.
With his hair.
You want me to do a metal tattoo with hair into this man's arm?
It's not just normal hair.
I mean, I get it. Gold does not really enchanted tattoo properties give, so are we including a gemstone here, or is this just... Are we just bedazzling this man's skin?
She takes out a dragon scale. Would a dragon scale do it?
It would do for a really big infection.
Damn it. How does one imbue holy properties into a tattoo?
Pearl, usually.
She puts a whole bunch of pearls on the table. Does that work?
I mean, that'll work. As far as, like, color preference, which kind of pearl do you want to use? Because, I mean, we got the white pearls here. I see a couple of black pearls. I see some blues. There's a green one there. That one looks a little... Wonder what happened with that, Glam.
The pink one.
Oh, yeah, you know. Yeah, I can use a pink one. So, point a note here for this guy. So, sorry, I haven't even talked to him. What's okay? So we're inscribing your name. By the way, enchanted tattoos, they hurt a lot worse than normal tattoos. That said, tattoos in general hurt. Have you ever had any tattoos, sir? My family's a cult. Yes, I've had tattoos. Right, so you understand that this will hurt a lot worse. So how's your pain tolerance? My family's a cult. My pain tolerance is... Yes, I can probably handle it.
You need your name written in your handwriting.
Well, first of all, the part of the deal was that I give you my name, right? We already shook on it, so I gotta give you that first, verbally, and then sure. I'll write it down so he can write it on my skin. I'm sorry. Enchanted pearl tattoo. I have a lot of brimstone tattoos. Hopefully that's not an incompatibility.
It's a pearl tattoo. Oh, wait. You have brimstone tattoos?
You want me to show you? I mean, it's not often that I get to take off my shirt for a woman, but...
Sure, that'd be great!
Angel, not realizing the context, understands the context, is choosing to leave otherwise.
Okay, he strips down. Despite all of the vestments, which you realize how thickly layered all of this is, and it is thickly layered to pack it out and fill up the attire and the armor here, and you're realizing with that, this man is absolutely not one of your lieutenants. He stole this armor, and he filled it out to make it look like it wasn't oversized for him.
Okay. So he's like Jinchi, making a big outfit, making his way downtown.
A little bit. To which now what kind of reveals itself underneath is a malnourished, gaunt, yet almost sinewy and heavily muscled, like kind of 1% body fat runner's build.
Ooh.
Underneath all of this armor.
Wow.
And you can see traced in and alongside sort of every stretch and separation of muscle, there are ritualistic infernal tattoos all across his torso, his arms, his back, even parts of his neck that were kind of covered up by sort of the neck armor and the neck robing for that sort of protection. It is all over. And it is this epitaph of sickening self-sacrificial worship to Ashitoran.
I have a question. Do you feel... I really want to say, have you heard about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? That's basically what I wanted to say. But...
Given that your characters literally baptized themselves, it would be in character for you.
I mean, you did baptize yourself. That is true. And Piper was like, okay.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
How okay were you with eating holy apples and letting all of those tattoos go and getting a clean slate where you can make your own tattoo choices?
Holy what now?
Holy apples, Batman.
Holy apples, Batman.
Go on. Please, thank you.
Only holy apples I've ever had have had worms in them.
No. Like she shows she pulls out her glowing syringe of apple juice.
Mm.
Apple juice blood. Would you like a clean slate so you can make new tattoos? I wouldn't want ashy torn on my skin. I don't know if you want them on your skin.
Forgive me, I'd rather not forget my family history, especially if I'm trying to make a new chapter. I'd rather be reminded why I'm making a new chapter in the first place.
She looks over at Nicodemus. Nicodemus, can you help me here?
Hey.
She gives him, and she gives Nicodemus the puppy dog face. Please.
The only help I can offer is suggest that this man needs therapy after whatever the hell this is finally finishes.
Fair.
Let me put it to you this way. This man can make glowing, cool tattoos on your skin.
I understand that.
That resemble your
Though,
brimstone tattoos.
Notably, none of his tools seem to have snake heads at the end of them.
Essentially recreate his tattoos, but with the new ink instead of the old ink.
Yeah.
I'm not there. I'm just trying to word it in a way you can make the man understand.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said.
You know what? Let's see how it goes. How long do you think it would take to trace over every inch of work across my body?
How skinny he is, probably not that long. Man needs a sandwich.
Is all of the work here just your torso and arms and... No. I haven't been given the okay to also strip down out of my skivvies in front of this tiny woman.
I don't care. Tiny woman don't care.
Tiny woman looks at her again. It's like, he's the only person I care about doing anything, so I don't care.
Okay. Nick is looking at you with just a completely aghast face.
Don't look at me like that. I've looked at more penises than you have.
You have a trophy room of them.
Severed cocks don't count, love.
They had to be hard to take them off.
No, they didn't have to be. It's just easier that way.
I mean, you're right. See.
With the prompting, this man seems to also lack a certain level of social tact, which is, I mean, given apparently his described familial environment, is not surprising. Those ritualistic tattoos continue down the literal rest of his body, including over some, let's just say, rather painful areas to get tattooed on the male physiology.
Oh, shoot. Now I realize my folly.
Though remarkably not an ounce of body hair to interrupt it.
So he looks like, when...
This poor
Is it kind of like Wade Wilson? Not Wade Wilson. No, it would be Wade Wilson in the Wolverine movie.
Oh, the shitty Wade Wilson?
Yeah.
More tattoos than that guy.
But I'm talking about the hairless thing.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. She looks at him and she's like, I think you need a new set of tattoos. You could do better.
How long would it take to trace over all of this? Given this, I mean, how's your pain tolerance again? It's up there. Trust me. Given where he has some of those tattoos located. I mean, yeah. If you're not keen on stopping, it will be 12 hours. If you are keen on stopping, a bit longer.
At this point, like he cares.
I'm not keen on stopping.
She hands him the juice. Then eat the juice. All the brimstone will come out of your skin. So you have a clean slate.
He drinks it down, and in a flash that smells like brimstone and burning hair all the same, and a puff of smoke that radiates off of his body. What is left behind is now basically the record of the sort of charcoal embedded tattoos, which is to say, not an ounce of patterning has been destroyed, but it seems like Brimstone was absolutely integral to that process and absolutely part of the inking.
I want you to instead add draconic scaling to some of the tattooing.
No changes.
Really?
I'm keeping every reminder.
Even for whoever your partner is? I don't know if she's gonna want to see that.
Or he.
Scary face of Ashy Torn. In case she's like hardcore like
In
that.
my entire family, partners have always been arranged. So,
Ew.
Means they're into that.
not necessarily. They were not always, most of them were not joyous couplings. A couple that were led to, let's say, more volatile family lives.
She looks over at Nick. Technically, that would mean that whatever he finds is actually going to make him happy this time.
Yeah, I suppose you could say that.
No, ways than one. You just made a deal with a love god.
Wonderful. Now let's get this tattooing going.
He's not impressed at all. She's like.
My capacity for emotions has been dulled by the life I've led, we'll put it that way. I've killed so many people. Anyway.
She looks over at the guy. I'll pay for the full tattoo.
Oh, I was planning on paying, actually.
Are you sure?
Yes. I've noticed that that your faction is not exactly wanting for coin, so I was looking to pay with a more abstract currency.
What's the abstract currency?
He kneels down, fully nude, into his pile of discarded attire and pulls forth a leather bag and drops it onto a nearby table as it clatters out with some jade coins.
Do I know where this currency comes from?
Oh, yeah. There's
This is
ancient
like
human
old-
artifacts, and then there's what ancient humans considered ancient human artifacts, and this is in that category.
I will be taking those, and I will be paying my person. She's basically like, I will take these, and I will pay you this. She puts a whole thing of gold in this man's pocket. Holy shit.
Great, now let's get this going. And, let's save the
Your name?
unmentionals. Oh, right, yes, sorry. Can I have some parchment and some charcoal, or ink, whatever the hell you would prefer I write with?
Angel puts it out on the table.
Fantastic. He writes down Canderous Brindhall.
Canderous Brindhall.
Canderous.
Can you type that for me and then?
I mean, I can.
Could you? It would be so great.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Could you message that to me so I
Sure.
could put it in my?
I'll put it in general for anybody keen on taking the note.
Okay. And after you're done with your tattoo, there is a room. Ask for a room. And I will expect you to see the High Hobgoblin for your positioning. Or at least for being one of the lieutenants, we do need to work you through at least the paces.
And get that boy a sandwich.
And see one of the halflings for some food.
I have enough combat experience to put a number of your staff to shame.
I would love to see you do that to Urkbach.
The poor fool who I murdered for this armor would agree.
Her father wouldn't. I would love you to try to talk to Urkbach about that, but she probably wouldn't use actual weapons.
Oh, I know about her.
That doesn't bode well.
I wish I were speaking with ego. I'm not. I'm
No, I trust
exhausted
you.
by the fact that I know as much as I know.
No, I trust me. I have many children who know too many things, and they tell me that too. And I trust you with your abilities, but you still need to get tested.
Understood.
Because that's how that works.
To see
And if you could, you can train some of the Whisper people because I think they need some help.
We'll talk about training your underlings later.
Thank you.
What I've been taught to do might not be savory for what they've been taught to do.
Apparently, that was the complaint from some of those people that died. So we'll have that discussion. Bye.
That's great.
So then she's gonna run over to Piper. It's like, I'm here.
Wait, after plane shifting. Okay, we need to finish setting up the nameplates. I've done the best I can. How good if I set it up so that way, you know, I'm not insulting different Archfey over the seating arrangements.
Okay, in popping over to the Feywild and over to your city to go ahead and hopefully have arranged this in a way that will be inoffensive to beings that are embodiments of chaos on a Shakespearean scale. Roll me a general charisma check.
There's food. I forgot. We had pizza.
Go get food, m'lady. Hold on. Oh my god, it logged me out of D&D Beyond. Hold on.
Wow.
I'll be right back. I'm bringing you some food too.
Gotta sign in with Twitch. Authorize.
Food.
Yeah, given the amount of time that you've had for this, DC is lowered significantly. So yeah, easy enough to make the roll.
I have it right here. I have yet to roll it. I'm getting to my sheet first, and then to my roll 20 sheet. Just make sure things light up properly.
I am, however, rolling a counter D20 just for temperamental Archfey, because Archfey are temperamental.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
It helps if I turn the keyboard on.
Are you gonna eat the rest of that calzone thing in the picture? Are you gonna eat the rest of the calzone?
Okay. And which one am I? Shoot. That landed on the floor sideways. No number up.
Yeah, it's just general charisma.
I know. Ow, my foot. Ah. Hold on.
Charisma.
Oh boy. I don't think this is gonna be good.
So much spice in here. God, I wish Vanessa. Okay, I also told Joe about the Vanessa. I told Joe about the thing that we did for Amora to kind of calm her down because you promised that we would kill Ashy Torin.
Vinistra said, "I."
16 total. Hopefully, I do a decent job. This is just me looking at it, or having made our Angel look over it.
Yeah.
He's like, here's how I have it set up. So what does a 16 total give me?
16 total on a flat D20. I mean, that's above the baseline. The baseline you needed because of my Fey temperamentalness that I rolled was a, well, actually, hold on.
Anyway, what? Sorry, yeah, it was a 12. It was a
Reach.
12 plus a 4. So
Okay. You're confident this should go over fine.
Is it gonna go over fine, or do I need to fix something, Joe? Is it one of those moments of me basically moving 2 plates around at the end?
Roll me a wisdom check real quick, just to see if there's anything that you notice that needs to be changed. Sorry, not a wisdom check, just a D20, excuse me. Or yeah, sorry, wisdom.
18.
Wisdom.
18 plus. My wisdom's at a +9 right now.
Not a save, just a flat stat.
Yeah, it's a +9.
27?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're no longer in the holiday.
I know, but I have a +4 to my wisdom.
Particularly where the seating arrangements are for the Dark Fae, you make the conscious and well-informed decision to face those chairs away from their normal court counterparts.
Yeah, no, I do. I move things around a little bit.
It is very much arranged a little bit like an amphitheater, with admittedly some sort of nonsensical arrangements thrown in, but fair nonsensical.
Piper is like, is this sufficiently nonsensical? I don't know. I'm not good at this shit. I am the most unfae that is a fae.
That works.
Okay.
You're good.
Okay.
I'm letting you know she gets comfortable.
You're just gonna watch, I'm guessing.
Not really. We needed to report basically that there's an entire war going on.
And I will say above table, Amber, you were close to perfect on that roll. You got your 16. Their total was a 17 with the temperamental modifier.
Okay.
I really wish that my computer didn't decide to say fuck you tonight, because this sounds really interesting from what little I'm gathering.
Speaking of temperamental ass Fae, I swear to God, each and every one of us has one of those living inside of our computers.
I know, but I'm usually pretty good friends with mine. It doesn't do this very often.
I'm guessing putting in the new hardware pissed it off.
Maybe, but I've resolved I've noticed that the fan issue is related to the microphone issue.
Oh.
It takes a long time for the fans to turn off because it's taking a long time and failing to do something to do with the microphone.
Do you think maybe it's a power supply issue then?
Why would it be a power supply issue?
In terms of how much power it's diverting to the fans versus how much power it's able to supply to the microphone?
The microphone is on a battery. It's on my wireless headset.
Okay, well.
What's the problem?
Windows is the service that deals with audio recording freezes whenever I try to interact with it at all.
Did you have to get any new drivers for your fans?
With it, you mean?
Not that I know of recently. I've already looked at my update history.
Okay.
So we're in the Feywild.
Yes, we are.
Is Vanessa present and ready with her iron bracer or knuckle thingies?
I'm letting you know Angel is putting out food offerings in certain places.
All right. So the first to arrive, ever on time, as the most predictable of the Fae are the ones related to seasons. As they at least have general times of the year where they can be predicted to arrive, if, you know, a little temperamental as to precisely when during those ranges they arrive still. It's not simultaneous by any stretch. Do. Let me see here. Gotta pull up the vape. There we go.
Oh, yummy.
Alright. The first to show, of course, naturally, is Anon, Lord of the Summer Court. Wreathed in heavy greens.
Do we have the ladies with him?
Oh yeah, they trail after him like a goddamn parade.
He's got 3 ladies.
And they trail after him like a parade. As he settles himself in his seat, the 3 of them turn into doves and all settle themselves on, respectively, a shoulder each before one finally perches atop his head.
You're just trying not to giggle.
The fuck? Anyway.
Next on down, Galuf, mistress of the Autumn Court. Sitting next to him, immediately disrupting his colors, having shown up, it seems almost out of the blue. Sudden and unpredictable in her ever-shifting winds, forming and shifting colors of leaves. Then the ever-familiar, chilled presence of Brienne, Lady of the Winter Court, settling right next to her sister.
Not being weird.
And then finally sitting on the opposite end of those 4 chairs, Walker of the Spring Court. With his many numerous companions at his side.
No, he's dating, remember, he's dating Fall. Fall and him are like... Isn't he Fall's companion?
Spring is polyamorous as shit.
Oh, okay.
He's dating whoever says yes. Which often happens to be some of the nature of his Fey deals. A lot of it
Nice.
generally taking the form of, you get some of my power if you give me an hour.
Oh my god, go, I'm trying to eat.
Oh, no! Absolutely not! Alright, who's next?
Next, far more unpredictable in the nature of their arrival are the disaster courts, starting first and foremost. Present and presiding near the nature and seasonal Fae is Orwain, the Master of Growth, or rather the Fae of Overgrowth. Immediately flooding behind them within sort of jungle overgrowth, overtaking the stonework, overtaking the chairs, breaking them almost in the process as the roots and everything filter in and begin to pierce through the architecture present here.
Ooh, can I put my influence back in the architecture? Because, goddammit, what are you doing in my court?
As you immediately think to do that, it is immediately disrupted by the sort of counter disaster in Kalawai, the Fae of eruption and quakes. Some of that overgrowth immediately beginning to set fire as earthen form and obsidian is forming to break it apart, sitting immediately next to him. Then to settle those flames, an all too familiar hedgehog sets itself on a seat before taking a humanoid form as the stage then floods with ocean waters, swamp waters, and pond waters all together before settling back down into the crags of the stone. Piff, Archfey of the Flood.
Not Piper just throwing her hands in the air because she was just like, I just got the
And finally, the last disaster that follows after all 3, sitting just behind them. Brona, Mistress of Decay.
Grandma.
Yeah.
Brona is her proper name. Brema is the one that you lot have chosen to call her. It is one of her titles.
That's the one you gave me when we started this campaign.
Yes, because you said you were specifically on chummy terms with a lot of the Archfey, which means you got her casual name.
No, so I'm sitting there eating my sandwich. I'm letting you know Angel's literally going through a sandwich right now after doing all that horrible stuff.
Sitting in flanking arrangements off to either side of them, more directly related to you and your niece and nephew, newly formed Archfey themselves, Balor, Archfey of Gathering, and Zealgar, Archfey of the Hunt. Then there are the chair sets facing away from them, in the dark counterparts that have at least yet revealed themselves, and those that have chosen to show up. Not all of them have. Notably, one that shows up is, of course, Radigan Verminus, Lord of Rodents, the little rat folk chaotic thing approaching in a sea of rats, and the chair itself being presented for him, instead being eaten by a sea of rodents, and they form themselves into a chair-like shape for him to sit upon.
Rat boy, he's back. Boogie woogie boogie.
Next, Dezufez, the Twisted Jester. In his motley and distorted visuals, wandering in, hopping along on feet that don't yet bounce, and switch to hands at a moment's notice, sitting across from the Lord of Rats. Next, still adding a twinge of discomfort and an oddly grimy scent to the area around, Nurana, the Serpent Queen. A flood of yet another collection of animals flowing before her as she settles in her own seat. Absent from this gathering are Rulam, Lord of Mourning, and Lanith, King of Deception, as well as, yet still, the other few that you have yet to encounter and learn their names. And one final seat, across from your own at this center stage and gathering, Piper, settles in. As he settles himself down, having materialized from a place and approach that you're not entirely sure, but with his title, Archfey of Delirium, Drummer Alp, settles himself down, looking to be a twisted mirror of your own physique and own visual in masculine form.
Is Obo with him?
Obo is with him, trailing behind. Notably curious about what sort of demon would find themselves entrapped or enraptured with a fae like this. You find trailing quietly behind him a little, if remarkably buxom imp, just quietly trotting behind him.
Do they have like since they're like devils, which one are they tied to?
Not a
Demon.
devil, a demon of the abyss.
Really?
Yes.
What the fuck? I'm letting you know that you literally your Adel's like halfway like cover like her mouth halfway through. What the fuck?
Piper just kind of updates him her real
And
quick.
something that is remarkably strange for you, Angel, as well. The proportions on this imp are not gnome-like and scrunched up like you're used to, right? From a lot of imps and sort of these distorted little scrunched up beings. It is fully humanoid, if remarkably downsized, not dissimilar to your own affectation on your species.
Oh, that's so weird.
Which Piper will mentally update Angel. Oh yeah, it's an angel turned demon. We're trying to see if it's a consensual relationship or not, because of some comments he made. So keep an eye out.
Which a couple of the things denoting its sort of imp-like status as well, which for an angel turned demon into an imp, most likely something cherubite-like that it was formerly as an angel. One of the things denoting its very much imp-like and demon-like status, it opens its mouth in a toothy smile that immediately shows dozens of needle-like sharp teeth that are sort of piercing through the bottom lip, though it doesn't seem to care nor notice. The eyes seem like empty voids down into a deep and endless depth of a skull and lacking soul. Where there would be a light halo indicative of a cherub, there are instead twisted horns that seem to twist up almost like brambles along the head, and a tail sways temperamentally like a cat.
Is this one of Amora's missing angels?
Roll me a religion check with disadvantage. Demonic distortion does make it a little difficult.
At 18, a disadvantage is great.
Where's
Awesome.
your con save coming in?
Shut up.
No, I'm speaking it into existence.
Okay. Okay, so what am I doing? Insight? You said insight or religion?
Religion.
Religion is a plus 12.
So 30.
30.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It could also be a time one, considering Timor went missing for a while.
Is Venestra also present with her iron punchies?
At this point, I believe she is, as she is present for this meeting.
Venestra. Okay.
Vinestra said, yes.
Oh, brick dropped.
She's looking over it. She looks over at this situation. She's like,
To continue with that religion check to discern and define which divine this thing was originally bound to before it went into the abyss and got corrupted. You look confused at it for a moment, trying to look for any sign or indication as to its original divine origin, especially given that this being stated, it was formerly an angel before it became a demon, and you are hard-pressed to find much detail. But that 30 does allow you to look especially towards some of those more exaggerated parts of its being. And you are really heavily drawn to the almost bramble-like structure of its horns. Bramble is a sign from nature. This is one of Pendra's.
she's not going to be happy when she finds out.
Or at least this was one of Pendra's.
Oh, she's not going to be happy when she
Which,
finds out.
especially given timing as well, particularly in Amora's absence, Pendra did take up the title Goddess of Motherhood in the absence of the Goddess of Love for a time. So a cherub being spawned under her care, or a number of them, isn't surprising.
But she's not good with the first half of the relationship with the mother. She's good with the second half, but not the first.
Which may well have lended possibly a reason toward one of those created celestials becoming corrupted.
How many Celestials are literally sitting around me? Because I think a Tem would be here.
There's a number. I'm joining in with the audience.
So what's the meeting about? She looks over at Piper. She's like, I was not informed. Are we talking about the...
Yes! Yes!
Oh, you mean war?
Piper just...
Piccolo settles up to you, Piper. Babe, you're the one who gathered the people. You gotta make the announcement.
Oh, you mean illicit announcement?
Yes. Give me a second.
Okay.
Piper's gonna raise a glass and go clink, 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 like, get your attention, please. Because it is also a dinner sort of thing, because a good host gives food.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Angel brought desserts for people, considering that she knows what they like.
And these are Fae eating food from another Fae's home, with permission, to be fair.
Yes. And it wasn't made by Fae. I didn't have any Fae make it. It was brought from the castle, because I'm not stupid.
No.
I am not stupid.
It's also not divine touch natured. It's halflings who have very high standards.
Yes, indeed.
Very, very high standards.
You clink, and in a rather organized unison uncharacteristic of a bunch of fucking archfey, all of their attention does immediately get drawn to you, which in its own way is a little unnerving with how quickly they bothered to do it.
Piper is going to whisper over to Venestra, just keep an eye on Obo and see if you can glean it's a consensual relationship or not. Anyway, then she actually addressed the crowd. So I'm guessing you're wondering why I gathered you here today. The illicit are back! And they want the world back with the chaos, Lords of Chaos.
And again, a small lore correction. Illithid is the name of a faction.
No,
the faction name in this case is the Velix.
Oh yeah, Velix. okay? She would say Velix. The Velix are back because they want the world back where it was before Menina stole us and put us in the light. Literally just out with it.
They live under the swamps.
I'm
Shrek in the
just
back.
waiting
What
for-
are they doing in my swamp? Sorry.
Everyone in my swamp.
What are they doing in my swamp? Anyway, how do they react to the
Shrek,
news?
the true BBEG. No. In all seriousness. A couple of them knowing glances, a couple of them disinterested and only just now kind of trying to listen. And then a couple of them generating at least some knowing shock. Piff, in particular, in his definitely less taken humanoid state, wearing a framed look of concern as he's absorbing the information.
Oh, you disinterested crew! She starts doing that. This means you! Hold on.
He's gonna pull out a giant Velix behind.
Angel,
Okay.
Angel, let Piper cook. Let her cook. Anyway, she's gonna go, you disinterested fucks! That means you! That means your domains are under attack! Last time I checked, other than the Dark Fae, I'll get to you in a second. Your courts are in the sun!
To which Grianne, one of the more disinterested ones, finally snaps to attention. Right. That would sort of mess with the whole thing I have going on with Arlian, wouldn't it?
Yes! The Dark Fae. And I'm pretty sure you guys like influencing us light folk, so if we have no light up there, well, you can't fuck with us, can you? I'm saying that to the disinterested Dark Fae.
The only Dark Fae who seems explicitly disinterested seems to be the Twisted Jester, does it first?
Oh, so he's just gonna be disinterested.
He knows about it. He's twisted, Amber.
Yeah, right.
He's helping
But
me.
looking at the Twisted Jester. But I'm guessing you knew that, considering you're the only person not still paying attention.
Yes, I know what's going on. Why wouldn't I?
Grabs the things to pretend these are keys and goes, pay attention.
Don't jingle at me. I can jingle you into delirium. Wait, no, you already have a guy for that. It's a new guy. Fascinating.
We'll do introductions in a bit.
And here I thought this was a family meeting.
I mean, technically, yes. Since we're all technically a family, because we're arch-fae. I figured y'all would want to know and maybe, I don't know, prepare for the fact that we must fight the Velix to keep from going back into the dark shithole that we were in before the Sunrise Rebellion.
We've already been through one war. Why would we enter another so quickly? When the Velix have been lacking in their status as problems for, how many thousands of years in the material plane, let alone our own little chaotic stretches of time here.
Looks at Angel. Can you please produce an image of the people who's backing the Velix this time?
No, we will not be putting them there. We are not doing.
Well, they need to see who it is.
Not here.
We're in my house.
Not here.
Withholding information while trying to get us to help is not necessarily a great decision.
She literally looks at the delirium and the deadpan face she has.
Not
looks
delirium,
at
it's Twisted Jester.
She looks at the Twisted Jester and looks at him. I would never withhold anything from you, but I would prefer them to not have eyes in this house like they nearly had eyes into mine.
Would a paper drawing work?
Yes.
I'm gonna draw them out real quick.
Good luck.
Have fun.
Talk to you later.
I'm gonna draw them out on paper and then pass the paper around. Of the rune bodies.
Angel's gonna use Major Image and put Menidna what he looked like 3 or 4 days prior. In front of them.
So coupled with that image, they know this is what they did to the Ninna, by the way.
Yeah, I hope we made a good impression.
All of them are absorbing that information, taking it in with curious abandon. Piff speaks up. I'm weary and damaged enough from the war I was in, but I'm not gonna let that shit happen a second time. Been bouncing around enough, and I'm not about to get kicked out of one of my favorite homes.
They're using the swamps.
Mine, apparently. Or is mine considered more of a bog or a marsh? Is it the same thing?
Not really using the swamps in general, but they're using one specific set from what I've noticed.
I know. Mass amounts of changelings have gone missing.
Yeah.
He's gonna show all the images that she has in her mind, everything that has happened.
And apparently a few of them were in hidden spies amongst the Whisper.
She's gonna pull out the chair. This was used to change the children into Illithid. The baby would be seated here. These needles would pierce into their mind. I was one of these children.
Almost.
I was. It happened. More was already there. More
Oh,
broke
so
the
that's why
machine.
you. So that's why you didn't turn. Okay, that makes sense.
These were underneath the Underdark in the Velix ruins. Throughout the entire plane.
A pair of disembodied, almost spectral hands reach up through the stage and take the drawing,
Ah!
pushing and pulling up and standing. A disembodied figure that looks like a puppet on strings until you realize it seems almost made of strings in and of itself, thrumming along its own form. You can feel by its own vibrations. It is fey in its nature. It is arch-fey in its nature. It is bound in some form or fashion to a wing, Lord of Overgrowth, by the way he instinctively looks at it. One of the few Fae that you've seen to display this level of pressure and power that doesn't seem to have a gendered projection of itself, as it seems to project itself almost entirely like a living object.
Sorry, I'm late.
You're fine. And you are?
It gives an exaggerated bow, the same way a puppeteer would do to give a puppet a bow before its tiny stage.
Levoth, meddler of fate.
Oh.
Ugh. Well, that's gonna get added to the pantheon.
It has already.
Late to the party I am. Unfortunate. I heard the Valix were poking around again, gross as it is already, but these little chaotic things, not so little, no, never really. Their little bend on this world, I don't like it at all. I don't like feeling chained.
Yes, they
I
done
chunned
this,
them.
and
That's my job.
she points at the major image of how Melinda looked a few days ago before I'm guessing Angel did all the cool
Oh,
stuff.
uglier than normal.
That's
Strange.
what they did to him.
It's my job to twist deals, and they've twisted this far beyond recognition. I don't like it. I'm impressed, and I hate that I'm impressed.
And we have
like
something
this
in
guy.
common. I like inside. I love this guy. On the outside, just dead face. Like, okay.
I don't have enough straw to spin that ride. And that annoys me. What am I doing? What help do you need?
Need to get. I was transporting children from different orphanages.
Forgive me, you're not the one who arranged this. I wasn't talking to you. What do you need, Piper?
We need to work out where they could be hiding, potentially in the Feywilds, because if they got a place in the material ring, they probably have gotten where they can that doesn't have a look like Oromer.
Where those insipid swamps would be. Here is where I reside. If they're around and under my nose, I wouldn't know. And they wouldn't dare. Lest they be strung up like puppets themselves.
Or maybe above where you are, there's where they're hiding.
Who's not here?
Is the suggestion that a lot of us are going to take a nice little jaunt into the material plane and seed some chaos? Because I'm all for it. I could use more faithful.
We have to be careful, Piper.
Be beware.
Do you want me to give the information I know?
Yes. She has more information than me. That's why she's here. Otherwise, if she didn't have more information than me, she wouldn't be here.
The head turns, disembodied and spectral as it seems, and where you would expect to hear almost the snapping and dislocating of wooden joints on this figure, it sounds like the stretching and pulling of sinew and bones as it looks in the direction of Angel.
I don't know how excited that actually makes her, considering it calms her down, that noise.
Player. Piper.
The sound is notably dried and decayed. Not like anything living.
You've been given permission to speak by the new one, so speak, godling.
He's gonna take a deep breath.
Oh, not Piper, just kind of slowly growing into scary Archfey Farm. I'm sorry. That is my adopted sister. You will give her the same respect you have for me as you will her.
My apologies.
We meant no disrespect. As its body splits, and it splits into about 3 more puppeted beings, each of them sort of almost going down in a line, states of decay on a physical body, though still notably marionette pieces.
Is it normally supposed to be a marionette? Would I know this? I would know lore about this.
Roll me a religion check with disadvantage. This is your first encounter with this being.
19 is lower than a natural 20. God damn it.
I'm waiting for the con.
That cost is gonna be a 1. Okay, so we're gonna go with I have religion. You said religion?
Yes.
8. It's 12. 12.
So 19 plus
12.
12 is 31.
31.
Yeah, because
31.
you had 12 earlier.
This is absolutely what this thing is supposed to look like. Notably, despite its presentation of strings and almost puppet-like appearance, it is not controlled by anything. Those strings, if nothing else, are more indicative of its, especially its name, Meddler of Fates. It uses the strings bound to it to pull, tug, and twirl on the strings of fate of others. Almost in a sort of sickening mockery of Royard.
Oh, I don't have a problem with that.
But Piper was
They're
kind
all-
of
they're all-
slight.
They're all different. They're all different entities to her. That's how she treats everybody. Everybody's different.
I know, but I didn't like his tone and the way he spoke to you.
Which may very well
Excuse
have been the point of its manifestation, mockery of the idea of fate.
She pulls out the chair and puts it in front of him. This is what they're using to infect the children, to change them. She shows the process in her own mind of what happened to her. And she shows a major image of what happened.
Interesting.
This is what happens to every changeling or
I can
child.
only imagine how much that would tickle.
It hurts.
Does it?
It makes so much noise.
This being sits in the chair.
I would like to try
Really?
it. I would like to know.
I would like to try.
Angel, there's no worm in it, correct?
I can make it work.
I know, but is there a worm in it?
No, there are no worms in it. I
No
broke it.
worm? What a shame. Let me fix it.
He casts some strings out into the forest and rips back this little twitching, multicolored fey caterpillar-looking thing.
He wants the full experience.
And she's
Hey,
going,
if he won't...
Help me. Help me. Help.
No.
Help.
Oh,
Please,
no.
help.
I'm gonna take that caterpillar. Get one that's...
notably,
no.
this tiny thing is wearing a small monocle and what looks to be a little professor's cap.
I'm gonna take that one. No, get one that's not sentient, please.
Everything's sentient here. We're in the Feywild.
Angel, please tell me you have something. It's like, we're not sticking a sentient person through this guy's brain.
These artists also trying not to vomit, considering this is really bringing up images. She puts a worm on the machine.
Like a earthworm?
I have earthworms.
Yeah, okay. Puts it in order for her. I'm gonna just put the caterpillar down. Would you like to just stay here now? I don't know where you used to live. I'm sorry for the inconvenience.
I'm gonna put him in my hair. It's okay. You can hide up here. It'll be fine.
I figured you'd like coffee leaves. Or she. I don't know what you are. But you are a dapper little thing.
Interesting. How many books have you read?
So many books.
No such thing.
She said so many, not too many. Oh
So
my
many
god,
books.
it's a bookworm.
It's a
Yep.
bookworm.
Piper's just gonna be like, oh my god, you're a bookworm. Ah, great.
Yes, I'm a bookworm.
I wonder if he eats books or he's a scholar.
May or may not be a direct reference to a somewhat mid-2000s computer game.
Do you eat actual books or do you just read them?
Yes.
That's not an answer.
That doesn't answer the question. Do you eat the books?
I'm a Fey. What do you expect?
Do you eat the books?
The little caterpillar body contorts in its best attempt to form a shrug.
Do you take like a cookie or something with a... Pretend this is a book. Do you do this and eats the cookie? to the book.
A silkworm tendril immediately shoots toward your lips.
Ah! I will go with yes. That's what I'm taking that as.
Oh my god, that's why he tried to put it in his head, because he's got wood people. That makes sense.
Yes, precisely.
We can put both the earthworm and the bookworm.
She's gonna cast mending on this machine finally, which is secondary mending again.
Are you sure?
I don't want to, but I want
But
them to have a demonstration.
He wants a demonstration. He wants to be the demonstration. I say let the man.
I don't want him to be the demonstration. It makes a high-pitched noise.
Angel puts on earmuffs. There you go.
I'm going to keep one of the runes pulled out so it can't attach to hive mind. Because I can read it.
Okay.
I'm going to cast mending on everything but one of the runes in the hive mind rune so they can't attach to it.
Every square foot of this thing that you slowly piece together with the mending cantrip slowly reinvigorates this almost aura that reverberates off of this bit of furniture that makes everyone's skin crawl.
Angel's trying not to hyperventilate right now.
Angel or Piper already put earmuffs with zone that have like the cone zone of
Not the issue.
silence.
Not the issue.
I know, but it could help.
I would like to try.
She runs her hand along the rune where that guy did. Moving it into place. And starting it.
Just slip the bookworm in.
Notably, the needle is supposed to go down immediately sort of through the front of the head, kind of into the third eye rather than into the eye socket as sort of the normal injection process for mind flayer worms. The idea to be implanting something basically into the center of the brain. And as this needle goes down, you are immediately met with a wicked crunch into the skull plate of this archfey, and his smile just widens across the wooden form, and you can see it sort of splintering up the face.
You're right, it does tickle.
Oh my god.
How is all the other archfays' reactions?
The normal court's fucking unnerved. The dark court's looking at this like looking at a brother who's doing it again.
He's doing it again. He's doing it again.
He's doing it again.
And then your counterpart looking at it like, oh, this is what he does? Okay.
Real quick.
How is Piff reacting knowing what happened to her?
You are watching his normally vibrant blue coloration in his hair and across his form grow more pallid.
And like you can see Angel's breathing start to get more and more shallow.
Bear. Calm emotions, bear. Hands, Angel. Calm emotion, bear is just like... It's a bear that's the size of Angel. Piper has one just for these kind of emergencies.
As it drills deeper and starts to pulse with a kind of rattling across the machinery. More and more strings begin to spindle off of this archfey's body like fishing poles that are getting let loose into waters, and they're flying off in random directions, almost like the body is unraveling, and then all of a sudden they begin to fly up into the air and wrap around the machine as if trying to strangle it.
Deeper, deeper, deeper. That's where you stop. I'm disappointed.
Piper just nervous laughs. Like, it's obvious it's a nervous laugh.
Now, tell me your secret. Tell me your intent. Tell me your goals, so that I might twist and twist as the strings begin to wrap and tighten and squeeze around the metal, and you can watch the metal begin to creak and twist and begin to snap at its joints.
I think it's made out of stone.
And yet it's sounding like metal.
Metal is purified stone.
And you are wondering, now with curiosity and terror alike, as to what precisely the substance is that makes this thing.
Twist. Break for me.
Is it
Break.
alive? Is it alive?
They all are. They always have been.
Is the chair alive?
There's your little secret. Your dirty little thoughts. Your wretched little connections.
You watch as the caterpillar crawls forth, now kind of shifting between sort of a pearlescent series of purples rather than its normal prismatic coloration, just kind of crawling out of the eye and then back into the face, forming almost termite-like holes across the body.
No, no, no.
Nope.
That's enough of you. And he wrenches his head forward, and as he does so, each of the strings shatter this chair.
Chair is alive.
And you watch as now in its broken state, it spills forth a black and purple ichor
It was alive.
out of every joint of the furniture.
It was alive the whole time.
Piper just kind of wraps Angel's arm around the giant.
Their ships
top there.
lived. Did you not think their machines would too? No offense.
You watch as the puppet-like physique begins to stitch itself up. The caterpillar slowly shifting back to a more prismatic coloration.
Yes. They wanted to grow more. More elder brains. Spawned of living things. Elder brains with legs smaller than their normal ilk, walking around like normal people, subserviating, enslaving a population without their knowledge, without their feel, without their field. A silent takeover. That was the thought. That was the design.
I'm guessing they weren't successful. Successful!
Not in the cold parts of the world. They don't like the cold like.
Not yet. Not yet were they successful. Not with their little experiment on you. Your defying nature blocked it. But they were close. They were so very close.
Is there more of those chairs? Considering it's a hive mind, I would suspect it connected to more if there's more.
Griffin has destroyed every other old Velik's refuge except for possibly the Rusted Peaks.
They've had smaller successes. Little elder brains. In little people. Command centers. Commanders. Generals on the move. With power behind vacant eyes. It's incredible, really. A wonderful way to hide it. But disgusting. No way to twist fate. No way to misalign choices. It's all bound to one little thought, one singular mind, and it's just gross. I don't like that absence of agency. It just feels wrong. Brilliant, but gross.
Well, makes sense. You're a champion of free will, it sounds like.
We're all Fae. We take every advantage of free will that we can.
We don't have free will. I was able to pull. She shows them what she did earlier. I was able to pull him through memory. My father killed him.
What?
They're under shaking.
One way to break down their little machines. They stole their technology from that which the humans made long before they even got here. You can probably find bits and pieces from one of those petulant little humans left behind. Piece together something of how they made what they made, yes, but also maybe something of how to undo what they made. Humans weren't so foolish as to not create fail-safes, even if they failed to use them.
Piper, while he's talking, is going to walk over to the Black Ichor, little juice, I guess, and going to, with like a stick, pick some up
Put it in a
and
container.
put it in a vial.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a replica of the blood map later and put this on it. You want to try it later?
That's not the only thing. She pulls out the soul stone.
Put
You're
some on that
silver.
later. Okay.
No. She pulls out the soul stone. She looks over at Brema. I found this.
Oh, delightful.
She can talk to the dead. I can't talk to the dead. Not like that.
I like this a little too much.
The Fate Meddler interrupts that dialogue.
I'm gonna do something that's going to make all of the Feywild hate me for a time.
Repeat that. That part of that got cut out.
I'm going to do something that's going to make all of the Feywild hate me for a time. And yes, it will absolutely make you little godly reincarnation, despise me for a time, I'm sure. But I really can't abide cold feet over getting into this little conflict. This annoys me a little too much. See, your niece, your nephew, you and your new counterpart, they won't be affected. You didn't deal with me yet, so you're gonna be free of this, but...
He twirls his finger and he pulls on a string that tugs on the chest of every Fae in a seat here.
Oh!
All of you are going to fight.
I have a question. Pip wouldn't be considered part of that, would he?
He is
Considering he
absolutely a
chose
part
it.
of it. He's going to fight anyway, but it's now being enforced by this figure.
All of you are going to fight. You cannot fight me. I am calling on the deals that we all made so long ago. We're going to wipe the ring clean of those tentacly little bitches. The mortals did it fine earlier, but apparently they didn't finish the job. So, we're going to make more warlocks, everybody. whether they like it or not. We'll release them after the little war is over. Or if they want to keep their power, then we keep them.
Piper just kind of leans over a little to Angel. Remind me to stay on his good side.
I like him.
I know, but remind me to stay on his good side. I don't want to be on his bad
A
side.
number of Archfey look pissed at him, looking like they're ready to fight him, but something seems like it's fundamentally blocking them from doing so.
I don't think Piff would fight him on this.
Piff isn't. He was already planning on fighting.
She looks over at this man. What can you do with this? She pulls out their soul stone that she found.
By all means.
All 5 hands just kind of joined together, one under the other, ready to take it.
And the one that controls their machines. She's gonna hand the 2 things that actually give their things power.
Wonderful. Would you like to make a deal with me, little godling? Something tells me you wouldn't like the feeling of being a puppet pulled along on strings. But I haven't enforced on my little deal in thousands of years. And once they finish, the deal's up anyway.
She's gonna do something she's gonna haven't done before. She's gonna walk up to this creature, not afraid of it, and tell it, "You are beautiful."
I appreciate that. I do. But if you think flattery will get you much farther with your eyes, what do you want?
The way I have to adjust my laugh so the microphone picks me up makes me sound like a crazy person.
I kind of want to know. I also want to know what Pip's responses are to her because everybody's terrified of this thing.
You didn't need to do that. I was gonna do this anyway.
It just doesn't feel right if I don't pull on everyone.
But you could save that deal for later then.
And I do mean everyone. Even the ones that are still hiding in their little caves. They just got woken up from their little cat naps. They're not going to be pleased with me. I'm going to be in hiding after this war's over, and that's totally fine.
You drag them here. I would like to meet them so we know the entirety of the Dark Pantheon.
No. With as many eyes as there are on you, having some forces that are helping you that even you're not aware of are honestly a good thing.
I don't know.
For them. Mythically, Wilsoni's too much for them.
Valid point.
Wilsoni can't directly intervene. He can intervene through avatars and actors that he chooses. Case in point, the little burgeoning archfey by the name of you. We might want to form a deal later if you feel inclined. It does mean I can force you to do things. Once and once only.
No. But we could have tea sometime.
Tea.
Or whatever.
I'll be waiting on those 5 cups then.
She puts her hand out to this creature. I know what I want to deal for. This is the first time that even Piff is seeing her make some deal with something dark. He decided to turn on her. She's doing this against his normal.
This will be fascinating. First deal with a god. Hope I don't explode. Or hope I do. Might be fun. To piece myself back together after the fact.
I want to know how Pip is reacting. Pip told her not to ever make a deal with a Fae. Ever.
Especially not one like this.
Hybrid is just like...
In a flood of a puddle next to you, he summons up his bodyguard. The fuck are you doing?
I know what I'm doing. I'm saving Menidna.
She's minding her business. Mind yours.
He twists his finger and throws him back to his seat.
I'm giving him my deal with Menidna.
Oh. Been a long while since I've been able to stretch my legs like that. Oh, what tales I could spin.
Looks over at Biff. Will he keep this world into the light, or will he drag us down?
I'll keep it in the light. It's more entertaining that way. It's always more entertaining that way. Though notably, my deals work a little differently. See, my true name is how they work. My true name, in my case, doesn't grant you power over me, but me over you. I'm old enough to work that way.
Piper just thinking in her head.
Still.
Oh, no. No,
I
you're
am.
not.
I am.
You want me to save Manitna the Grey Thief? You want me to help enforce this war? What do you want me to do for you?
She looks at Pip. She's like, I need somebody to offset this power that they're attacking.
Then I'll do that.
Not this way. How far is his reach? She's looking at Pip. An honest answer.
We are in a zone of truth room.
He's not allowed.
He's not allowed to answer that question, though I am.
How far is your reach?
As high as the heavens and as deep as the oldest of fables.
I'm older still.
Love is a concept older than most things.
So is
Empathy? Pepper's like, is it empathy? Because the basis of medicine is empathy.
Before I answer your question, I'm a little fascinated by the Titan you've brought with you.
She's amazing. Looks over at Venestra.
Which I would like to know, does Venestra glean anything from Obo during all of this? I need to know if this is we need to know if this is we need to know if this is a consensual relationship and if we need to have a punching bag or not.
Not a consensual relationship. It's with a demon. We've been dealing with bullshit.
No, what we're worried about is him not letting her consent. She is our issue. We don't know if she's consenting to what he is putting her through.
Probably not.
Is there a Venestra?
Waiting for Venestra's answer.
Did you go AFK?
Venestra.
Vinestra said, rolling.
Oh, okay.
Wonderful.
So, the other thing, Joe, she wants to know how far his reach is.
And he did say it to you in a rather vague sense.
19 plus 17.
36.
19 plus 17, that is 36. It seems entirely consensual, as this imp seems to be staring at Drummer with hunger and a look that you're familiar with making money on.
Oh, okay. So she's okay with the whole thing.
If anything, the whole thing seems to be a kink for her.
Oh, cool.
For the imp or for the oboe?
Oboe
is the imp.
She is the opposite of Piccolo, who is a demon turned angel. Damn it. I think we all are disappointed now, because I don't know about you. I wanted to punch the shit out of an archfey with an iron glove.
I would have preferred a devil. Devils are technically the opposite of gods, not demons.
It wasn't an opposite case, it was an angel that fell into the abyss and got corrupted into a demon.
She looks over at, this is the thing, she looks over at this man, and she looks, what is your reach?
As I said, to the highest of heavens and the deepest of fable.
Everything. Piper's just gonna TLDR it. Everything. Everything fate can touch. Fate even touches the old ones.
Piper, we're older. You and I.
Your concept,
Our
yes, your being.
Vinestra
No.
said, not
We're
everything
related to more
Piper.
than just blood.
Our concepts? Yes. Empathy, love. Very old concepts. Yes. I'm not following.
You and I have siblings. Long, 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 long ago. Siblings.
So, even still, fascinated by this Titan, you smell entirely foreign. You are actually, if you were home, you'd be outside of my reach.
Joe, what wood is he made of?
In the sort of ethereal state he's in, you can't easily tell.
If I hug him, do I get sleepy?
Do you try to hug him?
I did. I kissed his forehead. Am I sleepy?
Slightly. And being that close to him, he has this slight scent of straw.
Hello.
Are you Rumpelstiltskin?
No. Hello, Puck.
Oh, certainly not.
Something older than Puck.
Piper was actually right on the nose.
Oh shit.
We're older than him.
Rumpelstiltskin. Piper just leads up
For
over
forming
the
faith
brothers
for
of
clan and
legends.
kin, you make a deal with me, and you make a deal with Rumpelstiltskin.
Hey,
Piper just...
Piper.
But that is not the name I use here. Unless a deal is made.
Piper's slightly starstruck. Rumpelstiltskin is a legend in the Feywild. The guy who spun straw into gold.
I know, Amber. I've watched
Okay.
the stories. My character's trying to decide what kind of deal to make. Give me a minute. My brain is doing the things. We're adding the math. The math is mathing.
Piper is just kind of
Understand,
sitting there like,
based on the rather pissed off mood he's in at the opposition, you're likely to be advantaged in what deal you make.
Piper's just starstruck. She's like, I'm in the same room
He's
as
keen on
a...
helping for selfish reasons, but for once not for screwing over the person he's dealing with as much as screwing over the person that he is hell-bent on attacking.
That's why I'm trying to think, Joe. Because first of all, technically, Piper and I are the original, of the original fate of the actual plane. Piper doesn't know this. Angel knows this. She's tried to give
Piper's
it away.
just like, huh? Piper's just like, huh?
He's older in blood than he is. So the whole thing is that
Oh yeah, because I have puck blood.
I know, but so do I.
Oh. So much sense. Either way, Piper is still sitting there kind of starstruck like,
I know. She's not figuring it out. But it's
She's
over.
like,
She's like, I
she's
will
giddy
have.
now.
I will bear you one child.
That's a familiar one.
She's actually good to her word if you can't tell all her children.
Though in your case, not a firstborn, I can already tell. Not
You
as
can't be a
potent.
firstborn.
Just airborne? What's a stupid thing to say?
If you aid me in healing this world and putting it back to rights,
That child will be mine to raise,
it will
if
be
you
ours
promise
to
it
raise.
to me.
No, it will be ours to raise. They will have their own fate in their hands, as you've said.
Roll a persuasion check.
I have my hand on
I'm letting
Piper.
you know, Pip is watching the Loth deal made a second time on purpose, so he can see what
Yeah.
happened to her.
Mental mantra of what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck.
Piper has her hand on Angel's shoulder, so guidance!
That is a
Add a D4.
That is a natural 20.
Well, I'm not
You can
surprised.
splat.
Okay.
Add the D4. I want to know what the total would have been.
For persuasion, it would have been 25 plus 4 would have been a 29 plus dragon skills, which would put it at. That's gone up, so it'd be a plus 5 instead. So it'd be a 50? 50?
Something like that. 54, I think.
I love your necklace. I love your necklace. I love your vestige.
He looks over at this end.
And then a child born that were raised together. It's fine. Refer to me by my name that I've provided, not the one that we made under our deal. As the deal is made, you will find yourself unable anyway.
As he takes your hand, and rather than shaking it like so many deals are formed, true to what he is, he takes it and plants a kiss on the back.
Oh, he's sweet.
Piper's goofy on the out, or just got a goofy smile on the inside. She's just on the inside screaming like, ah!
And now you also find, as a condition of that deal, you find yourself unable to utter the word or name Rumpelstiltskin at all.
I can't tell them the bedtime story. That's not okay.
Piper can.
Piper
No,
didn't
I
make
would
the
know
deal.
his true name. I would know his true name, which means that I can't say his true name.
Rumpelstiltskin is his true name. And the name he's provided here in the Fey Pantheon is the one that you are allowed to refer to him by.
Oh, okay. I'm still going to tell my children the tale as long as I'm not referring to you.
You are allowed to refer to him here as Lavoth. You are not allowed to utter the name Rumpelstiltskin, however, in any context or
I
environment.
can't read them the fairy tale, Joe. It's a fairy tale.
You agreed.
I love that.
Ridiculous. He would love that. He would think that would be so cool.
You know what? I'll grant the D20 here. Or actually, well, you know what? Percentile, high or low. As I drop one of the dice. Thank God I vacuumed today. I'm not suddenly picking up a bunch of fucking weirdness.
Hold on,
I
I'm
know
gonna
it's
get the
kind of
other
weird.
one. I got a 51. Hold on. That's cocked though. Hold on. Get the other die. That are not cocked. Stop! It's still close enough. It's still 50, somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
So,
At 50, it's considered low. 51 would be considered high.
It's 51, so. And
36.
63.
So
Well,
you
I
are...
don't know, Joe. It's literally, I just don't know. I'm just saying my character would probably be able to. She hasn't insulted him yet, so you might not be mad about her doing that.
He's not barring you out of an insult. It's literally just how his deals are conditioned.
Well, then Nicodemus
Hi.
is gonna have to read the story from now on because I can't do it.
Until the conditions of the deal are fulfilled, it's just how it goes. Once it's
Okay.
fulfilled, you can say it all the dick dong long day.
Okay. That child is gonna be weird.
Oh, yeah.
She looks over at Piff. I have a question. What colors does Piff's face look like right now?
Is it purple?
Just full, like, water rapids white across his body. Which screams, anxiety!
Anxiety keeps on trying me.
I look over at him like, this is par for the course. Have you not seen Adam?
I have seen Adam. Do you have an idea what you just did?
Yeah, I do.
I'm not twisting
Like when I
this
made a
deal.
deal. Like when I made a deal with Loaf.
Don't fucking remind me.
Charlotte is a gorgeous being.
Now, all that was well, good, and fun. Back to the mountain.
The mountain lady.
Oh my god, she's such
He is obsessed. He is
No,
obsessed.
You foreign dragon thing. I'm quite curious. What could I do
Hey.
for you?
Hey, don't call her a thing. That is my friend as well.
Then what is her name? May I have it?
That's up
That's
to her to give.
I love how we both said the same thing. That's for her to give.
Like, he doesn't even know my full name.
May I have your name? You voluptuous titan.
He's buttering her
Oh my
up.
god.
He's buttering her up.
They're gonna be just like the genie in the lamp. And the big penis thing.
Oh, she has a genie, even better.
Oh boy. I'm waiting for
Wait.
Venestra's typing.
It's a Tao, slightly different.
Still same thing.
Not at all.
Hold on, Venestra's typing. Do. Spread down the hallway, diddly do.
Doodly doo. And down the
Going
floor.
through the door. Going through the door. Doodly do. I got a key card. It's the wrong one. Oh boy. I meant to put this on the chair before the girls went to bed.
Priyan was acting very
Vinestra said,
unlike herself.
Vi would look at the Fae. The alias you can refer to me as is 6.
Clever. Then 6. What might I do for you?
Nothing for now, I'm not in the market for deals.
You've been making plenty of yourself already. I get it. A fellow merchant.
Speaking of which, Angel, I got something to talk to you about later.
I have so many things to talk about.
Settled in. The Feywild will go to war.
Thank you.
And so, we shall go to war.
Piper is just like, oh no, Angel, don't, please. Why are you embarrassing me in front of this legend? Piper's giddy.
Nice talking person in the room.
Good. I like them starstruck instead of terrified.
I look over at Pip, and how's Pip reacting at this point? Because I don't know if he'd be mad at her. I don't know
Wait,
if he'd be
so
proud
does
of
that
her, or
mean-
if he'd be dumbstruck.
You're having a child with that.
Wait,
I
so
had
is
a
this...
child with an evil spider queen. I don't know what your point is.
I mean, honestly, this is the safest Fae she could make a deal with. Of the Dark Fae.
I am the Dark Fae. Thank you very much.
And he snaps his fingers, and in a scattering of hay, he is gone. It seems to
Glorious.
flit off into gold powder.
I like him.
I like him a lot too.
I like that guy. Alright, well. Thank you all for coming. You are now all predisposed to doing the thing.
She looks over at Grian. What was the reaction that you just had?
Yeah, why didn't you think of the thing with your thing with the sun? We're gonna interrogate an archfey.
Let's just say the sun has been pulling my focus for a while now.
Yes, and he's about to be pulled away from you. If you don't focus and lock the
It's been
fuck
focused
in.
on me, not I on he. I should say focused in me.
Either way, you need to lock the fuck in.
Yes, I should lock him down.
Not what I mean!
I know what you
Hey,
mean.
y'all,
But I'm
y'all made
fail
it-
the same. I like to twist words.
Maybe you
There
should
is a-
Google on it.
Vinistra said, "What does locking oneself up have to do with fighting?"
lock in, it means to focus. Okay, it was a phrase that Griffin likes to say occasionally in an ironic fashion.
Debatable. I mean, he is a god, and chastity is a virtue. Gods like virtues, don't they?
Griffin likes to wear chastity belts while fighting.
No,
That's not what we mean by lock in. Okay.
that would be your sister.
Yes, she would. There is a buffet table. You may leave as you wish or come enjoy the food. It is all made by halfling hands, not fey hands. You're welcome.
I really want to know if Pip is mad at her at this point, considering.
Not mad. He understands what's going on. He seems pissed that this had to happen. More than anything.
I made a deal with Menidna. Or he made a deal with me.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, I know, my magics might have been pulled apart a little bit. It's
Mm.
kind of weird.
Don't spread yourself so thin that you can't even stand.
Speaking of which, she turns to Angel. You and I need to have a talk. We're gonna
What
have a
kind
talk.
of talk? Where are we having a conversation?
She picks up Angel like she's a child, puts her in her arm like a baby, and going, "You're coming with me."
And on that, we're going to go ahead and take a break.
I can't
Which
get it
I-
fixed.
Okay, hi everybody. We're back from the BRB. We're going to be ending here in just a minute, just because I'm having a potentially a near Caesar episode that I don't want to spin out into a full Caesar episode on stream. I'm just trying to keep my heart rate and everything down to try and hold anything I can off, insofar as I'm feeling off. So, let's... I'm going to look for someone to raid real quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and kill it. What do we want to name the session? There's a lot of...
I don't know.
Rumpelstiltskin in a haystack.
No, that gives away too much. But needle in a haystack. Or thread in a haystack.
It was a reference to Eminem song.
Oh.
What about take a seat?
Yeah, take a seat.
Between the torture sessions, the archface stuff, all of it, there was a lot of chairs and captive audience involved. Or we could do captive audience. Although captive audience was just a performance. Which one are you feeling, Megan?
I don't know, Joe. And whatever you feel.
I like captive audience. They were, after a moment, captivated.
True.
currently downloading Windows 11 version 2.5H2 repair version.
All right, everybody, we're
See you
gonna
next time.
we're gonna raid Fusco. We're busy doing another
Fusco
session
poison.
of Echoes of Ruin.